Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Spawncast episode 448. We are out here. Well, a couple of us are braving the storm that's about to hit. Me and Evan. Radix is just freezing where Radic is. So he's he had to do the conversion. It's like 6 degrees where he is.
God, that Eskimo.
Yeah.
Good shorts weather.
Yeah, good shorts weather. That's crazy. He said 6 degrees. It's like 17 here, which is already freezing. And he's like, I don't know, take 10 degrees off that. It's like
ice climbers.
Damn, bro.
Yeah, right.
That's the Ontario life, man. You just get used to it.
I did
every
it
year.
Yeah.
Snow Wolf.
Whereas Celia's like, it's like 75. You're nice, brisk 75.
Actually,
Yeah, brisk and sunny. You can go out for a tan.
Sunny.
Come on.
It was sunny, but I've been braving the elements. It's 67. It was 67 today.
Man.
I wore a sweater.
The full 6'7", huh?
I got a nice I got a nice crisp 50 degrees where I'm out. Nice crisp 50 degrees.
That's like the best weather right there.
The thin sweater. You know what I'm saying? The thin sweater. 50 degrees. Nice clean 50.
Yep. That's 50 degrees like the best weather. That's right there. 50 degrees, no real moisture in the air. Yeah, that's it. Yep. That's it right there.
Cloudy, 50 degrees and cloudy today. It was nice.
So
played a bunch of video games too.
Yeah, I'll say if it's just this is snow all day tomorrow, I'll just watch football and play some video games and set up a few videos. So it'll be quiet indoors day. So
I played a bunch of cool arcade games.
Oh, I saw you put some
picture.
It was right. You played the Cyberpunk.
Yeah, it sucks. Yeah.
Wow. Well, I mean, is it the Dave and Buster's kind of game where it's like get people in and out, like get them through?
It's a like a 10 pellet shooter. It's like actual where you I mean, it can be fun, but you just shoot little round 10 pellets. The Halo game is much better.
The Halo one's pretty decent.
Yeah.
The arcade game, that one's good.
Yeah, that one's great. And then the NBA Jam one is good. Like, or it's
NBA Jam arcade is always good.
It's okay. Well, it's not NBA Jam. It's the spiritual successor to NBA Jam. It's called NBA Superstars. So, but it has some of the original developers working on it, and it has the same announcer, but it's not the same.
There you go.
NBA
as long as it's the announcer.
Yeah, the boom shakalaka. Yeah.
Where is it? Minus 22 degrees Fahrenheit. My gosh.
Bro's living like sub-zero. Holy shit.
16, 37. Yeah, everyone just say what your temperature is apparently in the chat.
Man, I can't live in that weather, man. I'd freeze to death.
I realized like I became exposed to this past couple of days with the storm and stuff that was coming our way is the whole weather side of the meteorologist side of YouTube is ridiculous. Like there's massive followings for some of those channels. It's so interesting because they'll stream all day and they act like they're like the weather people of YouTube, and it's so cool. Interesting. Yeah, it's like a whole sector of YouTube, and it's just let's go over the weather. And because of the storm, they're tracking it. Not only did I see that, I started getting recommended the people who are chasing the storm, and they're live streaming them chasing the storm. And I look down, they've been streaming for 9 hours, and I would rewind the stream, and they start out in like they start in like Tennessee and they end up in Kentucky, and they're driving all over the place, following this storm around, which is I mean, hey, that's up to them, but
that's complete ass. I'll be honest. That is utter ass.
John, I can relate though, because on TikTok, I've been watching all of the winter storm preparing videos and like all the tips that people do to like survive if like the
just
heat
in case
goes
it drops
out.
to 40 degrees over there.
Yeah, no. Oh my gosh. Like I didn't know that. Okay, so I know that pipes freeze, but I didn't know that they could explode.
Yep, they can.
And there was a ton of videos like saying how like your pipes can explode and like watch out and this is what you do, and like listing out a bunch of different things, how to makeshift it and make a makeshift furnace and like what to do. I've been learning in my like warm weather, but I don't know. Yeah,
the Northeast is like hot, super hot summer sometimes, super cold winter. So it's like swings all over the place in like the Northeast area. So we kind of get used to like all of it basically. But it was we'll see how the storm goes. I don't know. Like I said, during the podcast, it's supposed to start snowing. I'll look outside and see how it's doing. But I think most of it's supposed to happen tomorrow. So we'll see how much snow we get here. And I do want to go to Celia real quick. I sent you a link just before the podcast. Immediate thoughts on Banjo-Kazooie being ported to PC. Native port just released, by the way. They just shadow dropped it.
I think it's really cool. It was very bold of you to send me that right before the Spawncast. I was weighing my options to whether to go check it out or not.
You got multiple monitors. You can just start playing now.
Tempting, very tempting. I'm excited about it. It looks beautiful. I was really excited about the convenience that they added with certain things. Like they made it so jiggies do not reset like when you leave a world. That's like the most frustrating thing about Banjo-Kazooie. So it's cool that they added that. I'm looking forward to delving in. I'll probably stream it on Game and Talk. So thanks for bringing that to my attention.
You should. That would actually be really cool.
To be fully transparent, I did get a bunch of tags on Twitter also, in addition to you sending it to me. And I was like, oh God, what's going on? What happened? Like, what fire do I need to put out? And I was like, oh, wait, not a fire. Banjo-Kazooie. Best surprise.
It was interesting. Like, if that happened, Mario 64 got ported to the Dreamcast natively. And it actually runs and looks pretty good. And the PlayStation 3 had some major breakthrough this week where people figured out how to like rewire and overclock the cell processor. So now they're going back, overclocking it, in games that were in the teens are running much, much better now. So a lot of stuff's happened in the last like week and a half. This is kind of interesting on like the tech homebrew side right now. But let me go over Radic. How we doing? How's it going over there?
Been chilling this week. I got to be on Summon Sign via Last Stand Media with Colin and Brad. So go check that out. The episode's now live for everybody on YouTube and Spotify and whatever podcast service you use. So that was really fun. I've been playing a lot of classic games. So Ridge Racer was the new addition to PS Plus Premium. Yep. I don't know. Did you try it yet? Or
yeah, there's no trophies, are there?
No.
I was playing. I was like, that's weird. There's no trophy.
Yeah,
it's so hit or miss with the retro stuff.
Yeah, Namco doesn't want to pay for the trophy patch, man. It's like, come on, guys. Like, I would love to platinum like Tekken 3 or Soul Calibur 3 and all those games. But the thing I was most curious about this game is, I don't know if you got this notification too. It's like this game supports low power mode or power saver mode. I got that. Mm-hmm. I was like, oh, all right. Like, I think this is like the first classic game that does that for a feature like that literally nobody uses. Like, I don't think I don't think anybody I know uses low power mode.
I'm not really sure who we're still trying to figure out who it's actually for, other than them collecting data for their handheld. That's about it.
That's pretty much it. You know? Yeah. I think it's the first third-party game that supports it, right?
Maybe. I feel like Ryan has like a list at this point of the games.
Yeah, I think the list is like less than 10 games, right? Which is like so funny because like I don't think any third party like really cares about it. But yeah, Ridge Racer is cool. I never played it back in the day. It was a launch game, right?
Yeah, it was one that people looked at as like more of a technical showpiece because it ran at a pretty good frame rate, obviously, as you see in the visuals. The 3D visuals on the PS1 were very weird at launch. Like they were already kind of weird towards the end where everything still wobbled a bit. But that was because of how fast that game was supposed to move. It looked pretty impressive. It had the nice illusion of depth. And it still comes through here. But, you know, you look at it and you go, yeah, that's obviously mid-90s stuff.
It's quaint, but like I was pleasantly surprised because like first the music is like really good. I was like really impressed with the music. The controls well. There's not a whole lot to do in the game. I think it's like 3-4 courses, something like that.
You basically hit accept, and you just race, and that's it.
Pretty much. So Ridge Racer was really cool. The other classic game, and I was only gonna like play this just to capture footage, but I ended up playing most of the game was Ape Escape, the original Ape Escape. Nice. The PS4 version, because I already platinumed the PS5 version when it came out like 3 years ago. So it's just been fun replaying that game. It is like I have to remind myself, oh yeah, jump is on the R1 button because like all the face buttons are for your gadgets. You use the analog stick to control the gadgets, which is really cool. But it's such a charming game. I love the aesthetic of the like the people monkeys and Spectre and Spike. So yeah, those are I've just been on the retro kick this week pretty much. So it's been fun.
Good stuff. What about you, OJ? What's going on over there?
In terms of games that I'm playing?
Yeah, we got going on. Anything good?
Yeah. I was at my nephew's birthday. So I went to an arcade and I played Halo a lot. I played a couple rounds of that, played the NBA game. And I've been playing a lot of Trails in the Sky, trying to get caught up on that game. Yeah, I've been playing a lot of that game. So it's really fun. A lot of talking, but it's really good. There's a lot of side quests. It's a long game. I think I'm like 50 hours deep now. So I've been enjoying that. It's been a lot of fun. They updated it on Switch 2, so it runs and looks better now than when it did before. Or you can put it into performance mode. There's a performance and quality mode now, so that's good. So it's more consistent. Drop the resolution a little bit. But yeah, been playing a lot of that. I maxed out everything in the Dragon Quest 7 demo, so I'm just the
Just
reimagined
waiting.
ones. Yeah, I'm
Waiting
just
for the
waiting
game
for
release.
that one. Yeah, but I kind of went back in just to see if I can get a certain item that drops from an enemy, but I can't. So I can't do it. But yeah, that's pretty much what I've been up to. Yeah, just playing some arcade games, which were fun, and playing. I also played a Minecraft. There's like a Minecraft 4-player arcade game where you use cards and like you scan like as soon as you put the money in or whatever, you scan your little card. It puts it into the game, and then like you can have like a person, and you can have like a pet, and like it's just all card based power ups, and then you can play 4 players. It's like a beat 'em up. It kind of sucks though, but I mean it's creative, I guess. Somewhat creative. But I played that with my nephew, so that was kind of fun. And I also played a Top Gun game.
Top Gun?
Game. Yeah,
Oh,
Top Gun
okay.
Maverick. It's called Top Gun Maverick.
Was
It's
this
an
like a
arcade
Dave and
game.
Buster's or something, or is it some other
Yes,
chain?
yes,
It was Dave
yes,
and Buster's. Okay.
And it's and like you get inside, and it has like the haptic, and like you can use like it has like the little thruster and like the thing on the side, and you can play it, and it's really fun. It's actually really fun, and like you can, and it's like 4 players, or no, 2 players, and like you can fly through with your friends and play and take your picture, and you can shoot things, and like I said, there's tons of like rumble and haptic feedback in the chair, and it like moves you like side to side and kind of like up and down. It's great. So I actually enjoyed that too. So that was fun.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
I need to. I haven't been to a Dave and Buster's in a while, so maybe if I go by, I'll see all these different arcade machines. I feel like every now and then they actually change a good portion of them out. So maybe I'll go by and see a bunch of different ones.
I usually go there with my daughter. I went there with her a couple times last year, and there were different machines than when I went this. So that NBA Superstars one that wasn't there. I didn't see that Halo arcade. I think they got the Halo arcade. So it was pretty cool. It was pretty dope. And there's also like an axe throwing thing that I did, which was kind of not real axes.
Axe throwing.
It was like an axe throwing thing that was kind of fun too. So I did that. So
We had like an axe throwing place around here, and they lasted like 5 or 6 months, and they shut down. So.
I bet.
It is very specific to, and it was a big area too. It wasn't like a small location, so it's very specific to take a chance on that. But someone tried, and half a year.
Yeah.
They always try to combine it with like a bar, which I don't know if axes you're throwing and alcohol.
Yeah, that doesn't seem like a good idea.
I don't think I do that. Yeah. What about Celia? What's going on over there?
So I finally got to dispatch. So
you did?
Okay. I'm going through. I like I said, I've been going through the list. I gave up on Roller Coaster Tycoon. I'm taking a little bit of a break from that. I know. Okay, I'm getting so stressed out in the game, and I'm already like verklempt as it is, like from work and life, and I'm like, dude, I am going crazy. I need to play something else. So moving on to Dispatch, it is great. I understand why you guys all recommended it to me. I'm really enjoying the writing, and like even the quick time mechanics, I think are really fun. I like seeing people's choices. I'm still very early into the game right now. Like, I don't know if I can give spoilers or not. I don't know.
Well, do you know which episode you're on? Because there's 8 episodes.
I'm on episode 2. So okay. Still very, very early on, but it's fun. I like the characters. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, is it true that it's like Twilight for dudes? Because that's like the phrase I've been hearing.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Really? Okay. All right.
Incredible.
Kind of. I mean, kind of. I guess so.
I mean, within like 2 days, people are already like, "Are you Team Invisigal or team?"
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
Wait,
they
what about you guys?
Love interest.
Who do you like better? Which one?
Invisigal.
Invisigal, but then you look and it's like a vast majority of people picked Invisigal as you're going through. Everyone online's like, yeah, obviously Invisigal. So
Invisigal is great, but the blondie, I don't remember her name. But she seems cool.
There you go.
I do not like her boyfriend. That's why I'm like, maybe we could break them up. I don't know, just throwing out ideas.
Oh, so. the Superman satire knockoff guy.
Yeah, I don't like him.
No, that's because he's like stand back. Because when I take off, I'm known to like send small insects flying. So it's basically like
he's such a jerk.
All little, yeah. So that's the whole point. Is he's supposed to be like that dumb Superman guy? So
okay, no spoilers, so you don't have to answer if this is a spoiler. But can you date both of them or no?
It might be spoilers. I don't know. I mean,
Okay,
in the game, there obviously there are choices
John,
in the game. So.
it's okay. It's okay. You don't have to tell me. Oh no, because I was curious. Because like in Persona 5, there's love interests, and you technically can romance them all. There's just consequences to it. So I'm just curious if there was something similar. But never mind. Never mind.
They have behind the scenes. They have obvious trees that split into different paths based on your decisions. So they're like hard decisions. Like, okay, you're gonna get. They have so many different endings in the game, obviously, and they make sure you have to like choose different paths outright. So it's you'll see as you go through. It's good. It's good enough though to where I wanted to go through and do different choices in the episodes. So and you can go through and just choose which episode you want to replay. So you don't have to start from the beginning and go all the way back through if you don't want to. You can hone in on certain choices. So
that's really cool. I am sad that you can't date everyone though, because I think that would be really funny.
Well, it's you'll see as you go through. It's a fun game though. I hope they do another one. I don't know. I like at least the world and the plot and the story they set up here, but I think they may just move on and do something else and just kind of leave this here at the 8 episodes. So, but you'll let us know what you think when you finish the game in a very roundabout and vague way.
Can't wait.
I do recommend people check it out because the 8 episodes probably takes honestly like 6 or 7 hours to play through total. So it's that it won't take you like forever to go through them. So it's good stuff though. Anything going on over there, Evan, or mostly just figures and painting?
Yeah, lots of projects. I think I'm almost to New Game Plus 5 in Ball X Pit. There should be an update.
Oh wow, man, you are really on that thing. Oh, Ball X Pit is a ball pit. That's the move.
Once in a while, I'm just like, I'll do a couple runs and I'll just sit here.
Okay. Wow. Geez, that's New Game Plus 5th run.
Yeah, which means you have to beat every map. I think 4 or 5 times with the double groups, and then you just go the whole way through.
Wow. Okay. Good stuff. I didn't realize they had New Game Plus like that, where it was like 5 different run throughs.
That's the whole game. Just try to get as far as you can get, and then compare your timing to other people.
Okay. Good stuff. So I mentioned Streamlabs from next week. I will check that. Okay. Let me see what I can come up with here on that one. Let me check a few of these chats real quick. Actually, Radic, I did want to ask a question because I mentioned this to you before we started up here about the PlayStation Plus situation. I thought this was going to be a 2 or 3 day thing when I talked about it in Newswave. I was like, this will probably it might be resolved by the time I mention it tomorrow. And apparently it's not. It's still ongoing because I saw Ryan let off his show with it. I'm like, wow, that's really still a thing. And it's still going because you just checked before we started. Can you let the people know what's going on?
So one of the most expensive tier for PlayStation Plus is PlayStation Plus Premium. Comes with classic games, game streaming, all that good stuff. And they have PS3 games available, but they're streaming, of course, which is unfortunate because we all want them natively emulated. But it's like, okay, all right, you have PS3 games for streaming. Let me look at the catalog and try to stream them. But if you try to stream them, nothing happens. Like, you literally go to the store page, you press X when it says, like, stream now, nothing happens. It won't open the app. And this has been going for like a week and a half now. Because I remember when Push Square first reported on it, in their article, it said like this was posted on Reddit 4 or 5 days ago. So it's been a long time that this service has been down. And there are a few workarounds. Like if you streamed a game before and it's in your library, that will work, which is really weird. So it's like, what exactly is the problem? I don't know. But yeah, it's been a week and a half of this problem. It's kind of I think PlayStation Plus Premium has been pretty like disappointing these past few months. Like 1 game a month for the classics, no trophies for them. I know they added cloud streaming for the Portal, which is cool, but that's like I feel like one of your main perks, which is PS3 streaming, the fact that it doesn't work at all, pretty embarrassing. So I don't know what's up with it, and they have to get it fixed.
It does seem weird that it's still ongoing because you kind of think they would have been like, oh, we should probably fix one of our major benefits of the most expensive tier. And I don't know if they just think, oh, it's game streaming and game trials, I guess, or like because otherwise you would just you may as well just buy the retro games then, if that's the case, because you can't play the PS3 titles.
Because it's like what, 160 a year USD for premium, something like that. Because it's 80 for essential,
right?
120 for extra, 130, and then 160 for premium.
Yeah, it's right around there. And
then
PS3 games,
if it's one game a month for the rest of the year, it would actually be cheaper to buy those $10, like, because each classic game is like $10. That would be like 120 compared to 160. It's like, why would you pay for premium if your main goal is the classic games?
So people have been theorizing on over the last couple of days I've seen online, and I think it might just be an entitlement issue in how the system recognizes, because it still works when it's in your library. Some people have been like, I wonder if they're running out of server blades for the PlayStation 3. And it's a funny thing to consider, since they are running it off of actual PS3 hardware. Like, you are running it off of a cell processor in their data center somewhere, which is still insane to think that they're leaning on that.
It's so funny because like PlayStation has like these weird. Remember when PlayStation Stars was like down for like a month and a half for no reason?
Yeah,
it's like, you know, like shit like this that just happens with PlayStation. I don't know why, but like it's so specific too, which is so funny. But yeah, like I feel like if this goes on for like another week, like they should release a statement at that point, because it's like kind of ridiculous.
OJ's muted.
Bad. Sorry.
He was saying something. I was like, oh man,
I meant to say, I'll be honest, I don't remember that shit, but I feel like, yeah, it probably happened. When you said like PlayStation Stars was down for like a month, I don't remember that shit. What happened?
Yeah,
dude, I was trying Stars. I liked it, bro. Like, I could redeem my points for like money. Like, yeah,
I did that a lot too, actually, because they would give you some points if you bought something on the store, and then I cashed in like probably like $70 or $80 worth of like little star points, because it was like, oh, you can buy the bobblehead or whatever, or we'll give you money back. I'm like, well, I'll take the money back. That works.
Yeah.
So, bobblehead. What's going on here?
Yeah, I got the
like
Jim
the
Ryan
fake
bobblehead.
NFTs. The fake NFTs.
Oh, okay. It's not like you don't get a real bobblehead. Okay.
No, it's the digital.
It's on
one.
the virtual shelf.
Yeah,
I love how you keep going to the Jim Ryan bobblehead. Like
that's my favorite bobblehead, man. That's the greatest thing ever. Is they give us a Jim Ryan bobblehead, and people like some people online just do not like him, and it's like, here's a bobblehead of that guy.
You gotta give respect where respect is due, or whatever the saying is.
Yeah, I remember using my Stars points to buy like money. I got a one figure or two, and I was like, why did I do this? And then I actually cashed it in for Balatro and Cuphead. Like, I had enough points to get those games, which was pretty sick. So
that's nice.
Yeah, and it was too good of a deal, so of course they ended it. It's like, thanks. So.
Yeah, that's why. That's why. People were probably cashing in actual games. They're like, I gotta stop this. Okay, so
that's what happens, man.
This was from, so this is the one from Streamlabs last week that I missed. Adam asks, says, hope everyone on the cast had a great holiday. This question is for Celia. Do you know why the physical for Shovel Knight Dig is being released or published by Super Rare Games? And will there be a non-Super Rare Games version in the future?
So, answer the first question. I'm friends with George, who owns Super Rare. And it was just kind of one of those conversations where we were considering a physical for Dig, and we were like, well, we've worked with different partners in the past, and we had a really fun time working with them for Cyber Shadow. So we just kind of decided to give it a go. How I was introduced to George to begin with is actually kind of funny. So Nitrome, the studio that worked on Dig with us, is across the hallway from George's company. So John from Nitrome introduced me. We became friends, and it ended up going full circle because we're getting a physical with them. As for other partners, no plans as of right now. We're just kind of enjoying the, celebrating the announcement for Dig as of right now.
Okay, good stuff.
Yeah.
This is from Future Millionaire. Says, after a dozen tries and almost 20 hours in a Chronos New Dawn, I called it quits at the final boss. Even my LG C2 would turn off on me in the final battle in certain flash sequences. I still haven't gotten to Chronos the New Dawn. I think MVG played through it. That's about it. So I unfortunately have not played it. I would like to get to it eventually, but maybe I'll pick it up on sale later this year or something when I get a chance.
Yeah, me too. I like Silent Hill 2 remake a lot, so just off that alone, that's okay. Yeah, I'll check out the next Bloober game.
Sean says, if you need to know how bad the weather is in some places, some Waffle Houses have closed.
Uh-oh.
Whoa. Well, yeah, if Waffle House closed,
It's the end times, man. It's
Waffle
over.
House fight clubs remain open, however.
That's the main indicator. Yeah.
That's yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna go out to find out, but that Waffle House up the street, that is like the real barometer as to where we are. Cybertor says it's 28 here, but I'm inside. It's warm. I got video games, so let's go. It's a good way to look at it. Good attitude. Good attitude. Mike says it's minus 30 with the wind chill here in Chicago. Jeez. Perfect for staying inside. Sorry, OJ, about how those Seahawks beating the brakes off the 49ers.
Yeah, man. Well, John's
bad time.
John is a Niner fan as well. But yeah, that's what happens, man. The Niners just ran out of gas. They ran out of players. They ran out of everything. They ran out of everything.
Sad Saturday night.
yeah, bad Saturday night. But when you look at the season overall, not to spend too much time on NFL, but if you look at the season overall, I mean, once Bosa and once Warner and once all of them went down, people were saying the Niners weren't even going to make the playoffs. They ended up winning 13 games with the road game in Philly. So I mean, like that, they overachieved more so than anything. And next year, they've got cap space, they've got guys coming back, and they'll be right back up there again. So.
Conversely, AJ McCoy says, screw the 49ers with a Philly with an Eagles hat on.
Yeah, you know, I would say the same thing too. If I got beat by a bunch of bums off that work like at Starbucks and stuff and work like at, you know, like on the street like the week before, I'd be dead ass mad too. Like they got beat by a bunch of backups. They just won a Super Bowl last year, then you got beat by backups. I mean, that sucks.
Johnny says it's cold outside at night. This is from Shadow Nexus. Is playing Banishers action RPG by Life is Strange devs. Real good.
Nice.
And then Johnny says Witcher 3 set the standard for high for open world. Gary Oak says, I honestly don't know how to feel about Game Freak anymore after watching the Beast of Reincarnation trailer. It raises the question of whether or not they are putting in any effort in the Pokemon games.
Okay,
I saw this going around a lot.
Okay, time out though. Did you guys read the IGN interview article with the director?
I did.
Yeah. Okay. So, like literally that's kind of not okay, indirectly brought up with the director of being like, hey, so, graphics and stuff, like, how is this going to be?
Why is your shit so bad?
Yeah. And no, but, indirectly, kindly, of course. And Furushima, I think that's how you pronounce his name, said the team is quite large as you can imagine, but I note it's not all folks internally here at Game Freak. So they do have partner companies that are working with them. And to my understanding, for the mainline Pokemon games, it's an internally developed project. Could be different. I don't know. I don't work at Pokemon, but that could be a reason since they're working with partners and they don't have a strict Pokemon deadline for manufacturing everything, literally. That could be why they're able to have more creative freedom with things. So I just want to throw that out there. I know we're pissed because, I would love to see a beautiful Pokemon game to the same caliber as that. But, if it's different people making it and different timelines, there's a lot of different things that could go into it.
They said that, it's like you said, relatively small. And they said while still playing a core role in leading the project through direction and management. So it seems like the people at Game Freak aren't even actually developing it. Yeah. They're just telling them, hey, make it like this or do this. And the game was in development for 6 years as well. And it's a linear one dog, one RPG game. Like it's just, there's not a bunch of different ones that you can swap in and out. It's just, you got the one character and it's just linear. You just go, they said it's like a straight path. This was in the, it's a straight path game. So they focused on the visuals. They focused on what they felt for that type of game. Now I hope once it gets better too, like when it comes to like the mainline Pokemon games, but it's like, I'm not sure if it's like a comparison here, which I did see a lot of people doing that too as well.
You can't compare it. It's different people.
Yeah.
It's just,
but I get why people would say that though, because the Game Freak's name is all over it. They're not telling us who the developers actually are.
Not only that, but when you show it and you're like, oh, this is the company that makes Pokemon, guys. This is the Pokemon
they said Pokemon
company.
like 5 or 6 times.
Yeah, I was surprised they mentioned it. Yeah.
Not once did they say Little Town Hero. And that's just disrespectful.
It is.
They're coming off of that game. That's what they're coming off of. From the creators of Little Town Hero.
I want to find out who's actually making the game. Like, who are the developers that they're working on, or is it going to be like Toze, like these like shadow developers that that don't actually take credit for anything or something? So yeah, we'll see.
We'll find out in the credits.
Yeah, we'll find or not.
It's just 5 names that scroll by and go away. You're like, oh,
it's all redacted.
I'm guessing they're outsourcing to some like Indonesia or someplace that's really cheap, or somewhere that you can get the labor for super cheap, and you can because it's 6 years in development.
Funny story about Little Town Hero. If I remember right, MVG bought it physically. Like I was thinking it was gonna become worth something, and it just never did. We were talking about it. I think he got it sealed on like the PS4 or something. I'll have to ask him if he still has it. Maybe he got rid of it. I thought that was funny. Jeff says, "Thanks for streaming. You're helping me get through my digital circuitry homework. Always happy to be background noise. Always happy." Trip and Fall says, "Fun fact: the new Joy-Con colors are the official colors of Wimbledon." Let's hope the game renews my faith in Mario sports titles. Well, so far it looks pretty good. I think with the overview trailer. So
like what 38 characters?
Yeah.
People were actually saying positive things about. Usually Mario Tennis games or Mario sports games, people will just be going crazy in the comments. It was actually mainly positive in the comments from the overview trailer. So, but we'll see.
Topspin let me down. So this is the next tennis game up. So we'll see.
I hope they do a Mario basketball game again.
I hope so. One of these days.
Yeah.
Man. Well, they just put Mario in like NBA 2K. Put him Mario.
I'll take that too. Yeah.
A super realistic one, like from the Mercedes commercial, something like that.
A muscle bodysuit.
Yeah.
That happened back in the day, right? Like an NBA Street game, like Mario.
Yeah, V3 on the GameCube version. Yeah.
Yeah, something like that again would be pretty sick.
It looked stupid, but it was funny.
Yeah.
Later Storm says Dragon Ball Super is coming back. They just announced it. They did.
Mm-hmm.
It's I think it's going to be the Moro arc. So that'll be cool to see actually like fleshed out and shown on like anime and everything. It'll be cool.
I'm looking forward to it, man. I love Dragon Ball Super.
They should be announcing a game soon too. It might be during this podcast. There should be a game getting announced. I don't know if it's going to be. I don't want to say actual game, but I don't know if it's gonna be a cell phone game or it's gonna be a console
Age
game.
1000 apparently was.
I'm not sure. H1000 is the game.
Age 1000.
Age 1000.
Is it a mobile game?
I'm gonna assume it is, but maybe Evan can just double check to see. Age 1000. I was hoping it was gonna be. Oh, here it is. They say Age 100. Oh wait, right there. Age 100 is the game.
I'm looking at the slide. It's Age 1000.
Age 1000. There may have been a typo. Is it? Does it look? Is it a mobile game? Does it look like it?
Oh, and Sparking Zero is getting new DLC, new characters, costumes, stages, mode, battle attacks.
Okay.
Yeah,
I was kind of hoping for Dragon Ball Kakarot, like Dragon Ball Super Kakarot. That's what I was hoping for. Doesn't sound like that's happening though, unfortunately, right now. So. Nope. Doesn't sound like it. Show the trailer, not for the Mora arc. No, they will find us. They will find us. Let me go over here. We can go through the Xbox Developer Direct. Oh, here's Pickle Rick says currently 3 degrees here. Love the Newsway first thing every weekday. When GTA 6 Online releases, do you think GTA 5 Online will be shuttered or kept around? You know what? One way or the other, whether if Take-Two tries to shut it down, fans will do a private servers. There will always be, I think, a way for GTA 5 to be played online. There's just too many people bought the game and too many people play that online for them to get rid of it right away. But even so, I think it'll stick around for a long time.
Didn't it make like the top 10 bestseller list last year for like a 12-year-old game, by the way?
Yep. Yeah. I think that's what Matt Piskel mentioned that in the podcast I did with him. He said, like, in terms of units sold, not dollars, because it's like a $20 game or something like that.
Yeah.
GTA 5 was the best selling in terms of units for the year in the US.
Jesus Christ.
Isn't that crazy? Yeah. Yep. Still rolling along.
Yeah.
Still rolling along. There we go. Yeah. So the Radberry show says Dragon Ball Super coming back. Can't wait to see the episode reviews return like the good old days, John. Great shows. I might have to do that. I might have to make that happen because we haven't had that Dragon Ball Super hype where almost every week we're getting a new episode. I might have to do that.
I remember when you did that back then.
That was fun. I liked it. It was a good time. Wait, Celia, you gonna watch Dragon Ball Super?
Yeah, dude, I'm a big Dragon Ball Z fan. I have Goku
Celia's
on my shelf, like literally.
Oh, you've got Goku.
I have Goku and so I didn't read the Dragon Ball Super manga, so like, am I going to be hyped? Like, did you guys read it? Do you know what's going to happen?
No,
there's a good portion of it that I checked out, and then towards the end of it I kind of fell out because they did something with the schedule, and I just kind of fell out of it. But there's quite a bit in, like, new transformations and that kind of all that.
The usual stuff. Okay.
Pokey evolutions.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, there was some good stuff in there, and I think people are very excited for it because they're gonna finally see it realized as an anime. So
That's so exciting.
I'm gonna get flamed for this, but the only piece of Dragon Ball media I've watched was Evolution.
Really?
Okay.
Interesting. The movie.
Yep, the live action movie. Yep.
Why? Okay, who
Did you
pitched
get
it
it?
to you? Like,
Are you
No, so
who
I
hurt
was-
you?
yeah,
Time out.
young.
I gotta ask a question for time out. Were you like in Concussion Protocol? Like what the hell? What?
Nah, so
was this the moment of like, I wonder if I will like this, so I'm gonna watch the movie first and then see
It
if
seems
I.
like you got a concussion. Yeah, like
Nah, so like this was like a decade ago. I was at, like a friend's house, and they're all most of my friends are like they like anime. Like I respect anime. Like I'll play
And
anime
they
video
had
games.
this? Okay.
No, I
Okay.
think they still like wanted to watch like a.
Do
bad
they not
movie.
respect you though? Because did you watch that?
I mean, it was kind of
Continue
funny.
the story,
You
I'm
know?
sorry.
No, it
Continue
was
your-
kind of funny.
continue.
He was like impressing like that girl, like in fucking with
No,
like
it's
opening all
not
the
kind of
lockers and
funny.
shit.
Do you think the
No,
anime is
it's
set in
not
like
kind of
school?
funny.
Wait, so
You
like,
should-
what's like?
You
What's,
should
like,
do.
different?
Here's what you should do, Radic. You should, because you can watch Dragon Ball Kai, and they cut down a lot of like the extra filler and stuff, and you can get through it
Okay.
pretty quick. I mean, I recommend it honestly when you're playing games, just because it's an anime that definitely plays more to the mainstream. Like Evan mentioned, it's like the over the top shonen style, and you could put it on a second monitor or TV or something while you're playing a game and get the general idea of what's happening, and then of course focus on some of the fights. I recommend. I still think it's a very good show to watch through for the first time. Yeah.
Oh, for sure. Like,
Kai is
I'm-
incredible. I love
I'm
that.
totally open to watching it for sure. Just to have like that main pop culture reference in my brain, right? And,
Yeah,
like,
it's
like the
Dragon
most
Ball
2000s.
Dragon Ball Kai is probably the most approachable one, and
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
they shorten it quite a bit by cutting out the people staring at each other, yelling. And
So you
powering up.
recommend
Yeah.
that before I go like the original like Dragon
In the
when he's, like,
original,
up-
I think it's
okay.
like 2 or 3 episodes for one of the Ginyu Force guys to die, and I think in Kai it takes like a minute and a half.
Yeah.
There's also a ton of scream like just charging up
yeah.
for like
They had to fill up
episodes.
23 minutes, okay?
Yeah,
Like, they had
yeah, like,
things to do.
There was one time where Goku has his hands in the air for like
Yeah,
damn
the
near,
8 episode spirit bombs.
yeah,
Like, I wonder if he's gonna do it.
on the next
So-
episode. Like the episode
the-
just started. What do you mean?
No, the reason I
Announcer's
say
like
that,
maybe next time.
the reason I'm telling him to start right at like Z or Kai is because that's how a lot of us in the West originally like got introduced to it, was right there at the beginning of Z. And in Kai, I think they recognize this because they do a very quick like roundabout summary of the recent events leaving Dragon Ball going into Z or Kai.
Okay.
So they go, hey, look, this is Goku, this is like Piccolo, this is what happened. There was a martial arts tournament, and then they throw you into the because they
Dragon-
changed a lot when Z started.
But if you want, you can also start with Dragon Ball.
No,
I
don't
love
recommend-
Dragon Ball. Okay,
I
dude.
don't
Okay,
recommend
it
it.
is a product of its time. There's a lot of weird shit
I
in
don't.
it, but like,
he'll
but it's also
cut
anime.
that off.
Like,
He'll cut that off so quick and be like, Dragon Ball sucks. If
Okay,
you
fair
start
enough,
with
fair
Dragon
enough.
Ball,
How old is it?
But
It's like
it's
80s,
Journey to the
90s.
West.
It's old.
80s? Okay.
Dragon
it's
Ball,
old,
yes,
so
it
there's a
is.
lot of dated things in
It's-
there. But it's
What do you
fun.
mean by
There's some
dated?
weird stuff in there.
Oh,
Okay.
of course, it's anime. Like, dude,
Like a
there's
lot
so
of the
much weird
early
shit in
characters were
there.
like, "This is a robot Frankenstein" stuff. Like it's weird
Oh,
things
okay.
that were children oriented to try to get them to
Gotcha.
watch it, because it's like, oh, there's weird,
But
cool
it's
things
like-
in here, and then they started taking it out in Z, although you still had the talking pig and everything.
But it's like
Okay.
they're not powerful. Like Goku's just learning. He's learning how to train and like he's
Yeah.
little-
Okay. I'm
he's
sorry. Not everything
stubby.
has to be a
It's more
power
focused on the
fantasy.
fighting. Yeah.
yeah, he's
it's
small
fun.
and stubby. Like he's just
Krillin's
like
taller
it's-
than him. It's so fun.
It's funny, but if you start up Kai in like episode 2, they're already fighting like an alien and stuff. So
Yeah,
it's pretty
like-
quick.
Okay.
And Dragon Ball has like so much like traveling. They're just like trying to find like they're just traveling and too much Bulma.
It's
like
Journey of the West. Too much Bulma. Bulma's
way-
great.
It's not good for somebody to start out. Now, if you like Goku and you like Dragon Ball Kai, then maybe you want to go back into the origin story. Okay, I can understand that. But starting out with Dragon Ball, I don't know.
Dude,
All
yeah,
right, one last question.
Relevant.
Dubbed or
Launch.
subbed?
Sorry.
Well, I mean, if you're
Dubbed or
not,
subbed?
if it's on a side monitor and you're not watching it,
Oh,
You
I'll pay attention
Um,
to it. I'll give
Okay.
it a respect.
Okay. Well, the thing that's really cool about dubbed is there are some really funny dubs, and that's like to the point where there are memes in the Dragon Ball community that's based on the Ocean dub or something, because there's all these back and forths about power level and what they say here versus there. But really, if you don't mind just checking the subtitles as you're going, people are always going to say go.
The chat is
with original
overwhelmingly dubbed, so I'll go dubbed.
Yeah, with Dragon Ball Z,
the chat is probably overwhelming illiterate. But
okay, no, time out though. With the dub versus sub thing, there are certain anime that are so much like I would say the experience is just as good, if not better, in the dub version of it. I usually go subtitles for things, but like Dragon Ball Z, Cowboy Bebop, there's a bunch that are really enjoyable because the voice cast is so good.
Yeah, and it is down to whether or not the voice actors are like going for
out loud.
No, yeah.
The dub is fun because you'll get to know their voices and a lot of the voice actors still around and everything.
Oh, nice.
So
do they reprise their roles like for the games and all that stuff?
Yeah, you'll probably recognize some of them right away if you play any of the games. Yeah,
I played Fighters for a little bit, and fun game.
Okay, yeah, definitely. Like I said, I think it's on I feel like it's on Crunchyroll. I'll
use the site RGT linked the other time.
There you go. You got it. Yeah, there's sites. You can go check it out.
Yeah.
You got it. I think somebody just uploaded all of them to YouTube anyway. So
really?
I think so.
It just keeps happening. It's like slightly smaller than the full scale, so the robot doesn't get it in the background.
Yeah. So it's a good time though. It's fun. Let me go to our Xbox Developer Direct. Yeah, I assume Radic, you tuned in for this as well.
Yeah,
because there was a lot of talk about there being the PS5 logo there quite a bit, and there was, which we kind of assumed there would be. So let's actually go through this where I wrote everything. Okay, so I have it in order. So they started with Forza Horizon 6, and it is in Japan, and it looks good. I don't know if anyone else is going to be playing the racing games like that. Other than like RGT is all hyped for it as well, but I think it looks really good. I like Forza Horizon. The first one, then 3 was good, and then 5 was I think I like 4 more than 5. But either way, they're all open world racing games with some arcadey action thrown in there. This though, being in Japan, is what everybody wanted, and they're doing it. And I mean, it looks like they're really going for it. It's the largest map they've had in the Horizon franchise. The season's changed. There's more than 550 cars at launch. And I have the Forza Horizon 3 case, and that says 300 cars on the back. So this is quite a jump from 3 at least. And they add cars as they go through as well. It's going to have online that's going to be somewhat seamless. So you can meet up with a bunch of people, drive around in the world, and start events on the fly. And it will be coming to Xbox and PC May 19th. PlayStation 5 is later this year. It seems like they're going to get it out for the holiday season. So, which Forza Horizon 5 has already sold 5 million copies on the PS5, which is ridiculous because on the Xbox and PC alone, they announced that there were 40 million players for the game at one point. So this is probably going to be a game that in overall, I bet gets to 50 or 60 million players. As crazy as that sounds, I don't doubt it. I think they're going to get there. But that's going to be a game that'll probably come out, score in the low 90s, and that everyone will pretend like it doesn't exist when it's game of the year time. It's gonna all of a sudden not know what you're talking about when you say Forza Horizon 6. So
yeah, racing games and fighting games are just never gonna win game of the year.
It's got to break through eventually, man. It's got to break through. I don't know. It's just they're showing so much, and I'm like, man, look at how good this game looks. Look at all the effort they're putting into it. Even the accessibility things they're showing, where they're like, I think with 5, maybe it was 4, the world would slow down a bit, but not for you. So if you're someone who has a hard time being able to control on the fly with your controller, or maybe some kind of specialized controller you have, it'll still allow you to race. And then they showed high contrast colorblind modes and stuff. It seems like they're doing like a ton of stuff down to like fine details to make the game as polished as possible. And even so, it probably won't be. Some game in like the mid 80s will somehow be in game of the year contention. This thing might be a 92 or 93, and they're like, I don't know what you're talking about. So it's just strange. I don't know, the racing stigma around game of the year, but I'm on board. I'll be checking it out as soon as it drops. I don't know if anyone else will be checking this one out, but I will be playing it.
I'll
probably not.
It.
What's that, Celia? You're gonna play it?
Oh yeah, I like Gran Turismo. So
okay.
you know,
really?
I have Yeah, like I like racing games; they're fun.
Nice.
So yeah, I'll probably give Forza a shot. To be fully transparent, I haven't played many Forza games. Like the Xbox Series X is my first Xbox, so I'm down to give it a go though.
Yeah, so they have Forza Motorsport, which is the track racing one, and that was numbered up until they did Motorsport. Yep, and now Horizon. So I don't know if you played any of the other Horizon games at all, but
I did, but briefly. It was back in the Hyperkin days when they were making the wireless like racing wheel.
Oh, that's right. So, they did do that.
So I did do a lot of Forza research. But besides that, like since it was work related, that's why I tend not to count it with like gaming experience. But yeah, I'm down to give it a go though. Racing games are real fun.
I want to point out this is Playground Games, and we're going to come back to them with this same engine, by the way, the same Forza Tech engine for the other game that they've been working on. But we did also have Beast of Reincarnation. We briefly touched on that because this is Game Freak. That again, they said Pokemon like 6 times, and you mentioned Radic. Kind of surprising that they said Pokemon over and over again in an Xbox Developer Direct. But they did because, hey, remember, we did Pokemon, guys. Now let's show you this game. Really wanted to.
I missed this. Are they self-publishing this or?
I don't. Well, here's the thing. It's going into Game Pass, and it's also Xbox Play Anywhere. So there's money exchanging hands for that. But I think this might just be Game Freak otherwise.
Okay.
I mean, you can probably look at that. We can look at the store page, I'm sure, and that would probably show developer publisher. Yeah. If we could do that, because it is coming out on PlayStation 5 as well as Xbox and PC, and that is dropping this summer. But it's interesting because at first I saw it, I thought, is this, which everyone does this all the time with, I don't know if it's the aesthetic or the style that they have for the gameplay, is this a Souls game? And it doesn't seem to be. It seems like it's just more of an action-based game where you still have the health bars and it's like stagger meter over top of the enemies anyway. So maybe closer to like a Stellar Blade kind of game, I guess. But it is set in post-apocalyptic Japan. They said the year is 4026, and you have the one person, one dog RPG, and it's very plant themed. So they talk about the blight around the world and how plants are infecting enemies. And then you also have the Golem faction, which is like a mechanical setup of enemies.
Kind of reminds me of Scarlet Nexus in a way.
Yeah.
Like the plant.
Okay. Yeah.
Plants.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, this is a big departure for Game Freak after, again, I know Little Town Hero is we joke about that, but this seems like this is probably the biggest project they've done away from Pokemon, of course, but Game Freak makes money from Pokemon, and they've clearly been trying, I mean, I guess almost say desperately, to do something just outside of Pokemon that they can just do themselves and not have to then also share money, of course, with Nintendo and creatures. So this is probably their best shot that I've ever seen for a game. So I mean, it's going to go into Game Pass, so there'll be people I'm sure will just check it out there. But I'm interested on how this game is going to look when it comes out, what the reviews will be, because I'm still kind of trying to figure out, I don't know, the quality of the game, how big it is. Like, there's still a lot of questions I have about it.
It's got turn-based combat in there.
Yeah, I saw that.
It's
like that Final Fantasy VII remake kind of freeze time for a minute and tell your dog what to do.
And like I said, it's a linear game, so it's not like it's an expansive game. Like, I don't think it's going to be as expansive, like, let's say, even Stellar Blade. So, like, I'm interested in seeing how it's going to turn out, like, with everything else. You know, I'm gonna pick it up though.
Oh, just jumping in. I'm really excited for a linear game. Not everything has to be open world. It doesn't have to be this crazy adventure. And if they can really hone in and make it great, it'll be a really fun experience. Like, we don't need them to go above and beyond. They just need it to be good and to graphically work. That's all I want. Yeah. The bar's on the floor. Please.
Just work. The windows are 3D. All right.
Yeah, the game is published by Fictions, which is formerly Private Division, which I
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Private, yeah. Jeez. Interesting. All right. So that's they said that's coming out this summer. So that's pretty wide window, really. It could end up in like August or early September, but I'll give it a look. I'll give it a look when it comes out.
Hey,
they did have to get on Game Pass, John. I'm just gonna check it out.
I will still have Game Pass probably around the summertime. I think it runs out in like June or July. So we'll see. We'll see if
you're not gonna re-up.
They're dropping a lot of stuff right now. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see. The thing is, some of these games I'd like to get on disc, and they just don't have the they don't have the 100 gigabyte Blu-ray for the Xbox Series. So none of these games they're going to put on disc, and they'll default to the PS5 if they want to do a physical copy. So then it's like, well, I guess I would have to get it on the PS5 then if I want it physically, because they have the 100 gigabyte Blu-ray. So like I had to get I got Ninja Gaiden Black 2 on the PS5. This is just where they put it physically. So
there's no like physical Xbox for Gaiden 2?
No.
Oh, okay.
They've basically foregone that. Like they just like, whatever. We're gonna do it because they didn't have the 100 gigabyte Blu-ray, which is a problem. So like Baldur's Gate 3 was a big issue for them because they ended up having to put multiple Blu-rays in the Xbox version, like a ton of Blu-rays in there to make it work. Because they just don't have the capacity on their storage. So it's very weird. But I mean, some games are just more like Jedi Survivor was 150 gigabytes, so it still needed to download even though they had a 100 gigabyte Blu-ray. But for games where it's 80 gigabytes, I'd like to get it physically if I can, and it ends up being on the PS5. So I won't tell you. They had a hidden game. It's called Kiln. It's from Double Fine, and it's a party brawler pottery game. They were showing this, and I was like,
oh, come on. That looks fun.
I will say, you know what? I am glad Double Fine exists because I do not know anyone else that would come up with this. And I like the creative shots, but I also understand that there are going to be many of them that are just not for me. And I go, yep, that's great that they're allowed to do this. Don't think I'm going to be playing it. But Celia is smiling. Radic is telling me, hey, give it a chance. So why don't you guys let me know? What do you think about this?
I'm really excited about it. It's weird. It's wacky. Double Fine is fantastic at that. I'm excited to play with my friends. I think it'll be a good time. Is it going to be life-changing? Maybe, probably not, but maybe, who knows? But I'm going to have fun. And I know that's what I'm looking forward to. So keep on going, Double Fine. Everyone check out the game so they can keep on making weird games.
Yeah. I pretty much echo Celia right there. Double Fine, they just give me pleasant vibes. Like Psychonauts 1 and 2 is great too, but Psychonauts 1 especially is like such a special game for me. I love that world, like Raz and like this. It's so fun. Grim Fandango as well. I actually re-downloaded that game on my Vita because I just need like another Vita game. It's like I should play a Double Fine game again, so I'm gonna play that soon. Yeah, you know what this game kind of reminds me of too is like one of the few Xbox games I actually played back in the day, Fusion Frenzy. Like just like that party vibe, like the chaotic nature, and I always love party games like that. And yeah, I'm not like no one's gonna say like no one's expecting this game to be like a game of the year contender or like sell millions of copies. And like I don't need every game to be that, bro. Like I just need like a nice.
I think it's gonna be a game of the year contender, and I think it's gonna sell millions of copies.
All right, there you go. I'll take the game of the year spot from Forza.
Yeah, there you go.
I appreciate their willingness to give the internet that pottery wheel and just completely believe that no one's going to abuse it.
I didn't even think of that. Oh my god.
No, that's definitely going to happen. That's the goal of, I guess, this game.
I mean, it's interesting that you create a character by making pottery, and it seems to have this smart snap system to where if it thinks you're making a bowl, it'll kind of help you get there and be like, okay, let's set. People are gonna make all kinds of craziness, so you know that'll be fun. We'll see how that goes, but it will. Again, it's creative. Great, and that's kind of what Game Pass also needs in Microsoft. They can't have every game be a shooter or a racing game. They got to do something else, you know. It's and this is something else. I will give them that.
Quick turnaround from Keeper as well. Like I was not expecting it to be so soon.
Yeah, I do like the way that they set this up nicely in that they go, we every so often we'll just put everything aside and everyone will just pitch a project and then we'll spend a week making a prototype on the one that everyone voted for. So that is that's like a really, I guess, a bootstrap kind of setup of, hey, it's almost like you're working in your garage with your friends on this and we're all gonna come together and make something weird. And that's I guess where the ideas come from, because I would have never thought about a game like that until they showed it. But it is coming out spring 2026, Xbox, PlayStation, and PC. They have a closed beta coming up at some point. I assume they'll probably try to get this thing on the Switch to it as well if it launches decently and it seems like they have a player base. But again, that's what worked really well for Helldivers 2, is that it came out on PlayStation and there was no other game like it really. So this is a game that'll come out, and I don't think there's another game like it.
No.
So who knows?
I saw someone in the chat like Party Animals, maybe. Like there's what was that game back in the day? Gang Beasts, which was like a really cool game.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's a while ago.
Yeah.
They did close out with Fable. So they open with Playground Games and they close with Playground Games. All right, so Forza Horizon 6 is built on their Forza tech engine. Fable is built on the same Forza tech engine. So I want people to realize, they look at Fable and they look at Forza Horizon 6, and it's interesting now to see this, because that is a robust engine that I was not expecting it to be able to do this. But we found out through a job listing, I think 4 years ago, that this was how they were going to do it. And it is Playground's first open world action RPG. And you know what? I will say this up front. I was very impressed by this showing. Like I'm seeing this unfold and they're showing combat. I'm like, okay. And then now there's this entire other part of the game that is just living a life and being an evil landlord, or marrying and having 100 kids, or just having shops, and you have NPCs who go work there for you. And there's so much stuff to do just outside of the main adventure that I'm very intrigued to see how far this thing goes. As they say, there's 1,000 NPCs and they all have their own routines. They all live their own lives, and they all seem to have opinions and will react to you based on what you're doing in the game. Any thoughts on Fable from you guys?
I'm excited for it.
I want to play it.
Yeah.
I'm apprehensive, but yeah, I want to play.
You're apprehensive.
What makes you? Why? What makes you?
Because it's been so long. It's been so long since the last one, and I think it's gonna be good, but I can't say for sure.
Last one was 3, right? Or was there one after 3? Okay.
Well,
they tried to have one, which is a Connect one.
3 came out in 2010, and they had this Connect one
Fable
that was like
Journey.
2012. That basically killed the studio because they got shut down in 2016.
I think it's
remember,
really good.
They had Legends as well, right? Like the asynchronous. Because I remember like that, like Fable Legends, a 4v1 Fable game. You guys remember that?
That was on like Xbox Live Arcade or something. That was like a smaller game, if I'm remembering right.
Yeah.
And that it is unfortunate. Everyone just looks at 3 as the last one. There are these other Fable like projects. And the Connect one was crazy. Like I can't believe this is Microsoft in their Connect era. Like everybody's got to make these Connect games. No one.
Listen, I want it to be good. I like Fable. I love Fable Anniversary. I love Fable 2. 3 I don't really like that much, but whatever, I played it. So I really want it to be good, and I think it will be. I'm just want to wait till the game comes out. I hope it's good. I'm looking forward to it, but yeah, we'll see.
It kind of reminds me right now of the build up to Fable 1, where they were saying everything and anything to sell you on the game.
You say it was Molyneux. And it feels exactly like that when they started describing how the world works. And you're like, where's the lie? Is it just going to come down to like some things just get moved around and then it acts like you did all that, but it's not really happening? Because this game is tied to the Molyneux name, so
he has
getting serious about it.
Oh shit! Fable Journey,
Fable the Journey, hard copy, baby.
They got the purple connect.
Told you guys I like
branding.
Fable.
Okay.
Purple.
I have all the Fable games. I have every one.
Spawn looks disgusted right now.
Yeah, I can't believe they did that to that franchise.
They make the box art look so cool too. It's
right.
Like, he's like, whoa, you're like, wow, it's gonna be good, and then you play, and it's literally like absolutely garbage. Like it's terrible. Does not work half the time that you try to do like the connect moves. I tried to play it, and I'm like, this is complete garbage. Yeah. Anyway, I like Fable, but that game sucks.
They do have a full character creator in the game. People were concerned that I guess it would just be the one character and you wouldn't be able to change them up. But even if you go back to any of the, like, I fired up Fable 2 because I wanted to get some footage of it for a video. And I mean, immediately you want to be a boy or girl, like right away. It's like, hey, what do you want to be? You can choose your character here, then you'll be able to customize further as you go. And the problem with Fable 2 is that the only way to play the game is through backwards compatibility on the Xbox Series or through the 360. Just having a 360, and the game looks like it's underwater. It has this weird blur effect, and it's just slow, and it's really unfortunate. Like, it's not on PC. You have to emulate it on PC.
Oh, so they didn't get like an FPS boost or like resolution
No,
bump?
they have auto HDR. I think is the only thing they've done to it. So it's very unfortunate because the backwards compatibility team, to my understanding, has moved on to their next generation stuff. And maybe this emulation layer that they're designing so that the PC will be able to play those older games will just have an inherent effect of making it run better. But it's just, there's not a great way to play Fable 2. It's kind of unfortunate. So at this point, it's like, all right, full speed ahead to Fable, I guess, which they say it's coming out autumn 2026, and it is coming to the PS5 day one, which was a rumor for a while, but it looks like that is the case. Maybe they delayed the game so they can get it on PS5. I don't know, because it was originally supposed to come out last year, I guess, but it looks like they're going to have it out in time for the holiday. You picking this one up, Radic?
I'm interested in it for sure. Like, my only experience with Fable is watching my brother play it back in the day. Because it was just so funny because like I remember like you start as a kid, right? And then he's like, and then he plays as a bad guy. So I remember him just like killing a bunch of like innocent people. I'm like, all right, this is actually like kind of cool. But do you think it's gonna hit that date?
Yeah, I think it's going to come out. I'm thinking it's going to be either September or October because GTA 6 is in November.
Definitely not November. Definitely not. And Halo is in November as well, right?
I think what we're going to get in November. This kind of sounds crazy to anyone from the 360 days. I think November is going to be Halo, Call of Duty, GTA 6 all in one month.
That's crazy.
That'll be fun. What were you trying to say, OJ?
I think it could get delayed. I honestly think they might.
Oh, okay.
I think they might delay it to early.
Yeah, the frame rate was kind of looking.
Not because it could be because of some things, but I think they just might want to move it away from if GTA actually comes out. If all these other, like, I think they might want to just move it away from there and get it some more time, and then also get like a fresh window, for the game.
Microsoft has a lot of stuff coming out this year right now because they still have to have Gears E-Day. That's going to get dated at some point.
Oh, is that this year?
Yeah, that's supposed to be this year, apparently.
Crazy,
yeah.
Dude. Holy shit.
So you look at it, you go, wow, they're going to have Forza, Halo, Gears. They're going to have Fable.
South of Midnight on PS5. Well,
one. They're going to have
Halo. Is this the 360 days? It's like the old days. Back when they cared.
And they own Call of Duty now, so they're going to have Call of Duty as well.
I don't count that. I'm talking about the real stuff that they actually made. Like,
I mean, back in the day, the 360 lobbies were Call of Duty. That was it.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the stuff that was actually for real first party, not like, oh, we bought that. Now, no, it's on everything. Right. Oh, but it's first party. Like, no, not that.
I'm looking at this like, man, this is I know it's their 25th anniversary this year, so it does line up for them to have some crazy blowout of titles. This seems like a lot. Like, compared to just about everyone else, it's like, man, you're really gonna have that many releases in a year, and I still think they have more they're probably gonna announce. So I think so. I think they're just gonna go crazy, and I kind of believe they're gonna have at least some kind of presentation around that 25th anniversary, so 2 weeks into November, where they'll tell us about what their vision is for next gen. So it's gonna be a pretty interesting year, pretty big year for Microsoft. And I'm curious to see how it all turns out, how they space everything out, really, because with all that, GTA 6 is massive, and all these companies are going to try to plan around it. So, but that was the Xbox Developer Direct.
Before I move on, I'm just jumping in. So my only experience with Fable is Fable 2. Because I've been going back.
Are you getting Fable, Celia?
Yeah, I'm gonna get it. I want to do all the sicko shit, man. Dude, I want to be a landlord. Everyone lives outside now, and they work for me. I don't care about the adventure. I just want to be evil. So I'm sold on this game. Whatever it releases, as long as it runs well, the bar is on the floor. As long as it runs well and it's fun to play, I'm excited to do it.
So
but yeah,
have you played Mass Effect?
I have not played Mass Effect. No.
Oh my gosh, play that game. You want to just be evil and do crazy sicko stuff?
Yes, that's all I want.
Yeah, play Mass Effect. Play Infamous, play Prototype. Those are your big three right there.
Mass Effect is great because they actually have an update for that, like Mass Effect, and it's cheap as hell, and it gets you everything, and it's incredible. Legendary Edition.
Oh,
it's
excellent.
like $15 or 20. It's always dirt cheap, and you get like everything. But it's
so you're gonna be
a big time investment though.
You're gonna be a landlord, Celia. That's the plan.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It'll be fun.
Okay. the one thing I will say that's kind of controversial, and I'm curious how people feel about this one. The morality system in the game isn't going to be as straightforward, like evil or good, black or white. It's going to be very much areas of like gray areas to where your appearance won't be changing. So for anyone who's not unaware, in the game, as you do more and more evil stuff, you'll grow horns. You'll just look like a demon, basically. And the more and more good stuff you do, you'll turn basically into an angel. Like you'll have a halo above your head. You'll have a glow to you. But in this game, they are not doing that at all. And it's going to be almost region-based. So each town could have a different opinion on you. And some things may not be viewed as bad, even though just by the book it would be. So stealing would be considered bad, but stealing as Robin Hood, rich to poor, may be viewed as good by some people. So they'll all have different opinions on you, and that can affect apparently all kinds of stuff in the game with these 1,000 NPCs.
That sounds cool.
Wait to steal from the rich and give to the poor, but the poor is me.
You can steal from the poor and give to the rich, though, if you want.
No, steal from everyone. That's
the plan. They said there was go ahead.
No, like that makes sense to me because like morality systems from like PS3 360 era don't really happen anymore because like the example that always comes to me with like both Mass Effect and Infamous, you look at the trophy data, way more people played the hero side and didn't even bother to play the evil side, right? So I guess like developers are like, why would you even bother making a whole like another campaign, a version of the campaign for like only like what 5% of our buyers to see? So I'm fine with that decision for Fable personally.
I will say so they went into some other details around the development for the game, and apparently so for every NPC, because the way they programmed and designed the game, they realized as they were going through they need to make a bed for each NPC because they have a daily routine, and part of that routine is going to sleep. And apparently the game was struggling because they couldn't find a bed. Like, oh yeah, they do need beds. So they had to develop all that. And then they had an issue where for some reason the NPCs were like not in a certain town, and they couldn't figure out why. So they zoom out and debugging. And it turns out they got jobs in a town, like one town over. So they would attempt to commute by walking there, and they couldn't get there in time before they had to then come back. So they try to walk to that town and then realize, wait, if I keep going, I'm not going to get back by nightfall. So I have to just turn around and go back, which is funny because it's just like, oh yeah, people do commute hours on end. And
okay. I hope they didn't take that out because incorporating late stage capitalism in a fantasy game is my kind of fantasy game.
The Avowed devs are like, yeah, we just make everybody stand still. We good. Yeah. We doing all that shit. Everybody just stand right there. Your whatever job you got, it's right there where you're at.
I thought it was such an interesting like there's this very quick oh, here it is. So this is the quote. Early in development, we couldn't work out why one town was so empty during the day, and when we zoomed out into debug mode, it was because NPCs were getting up to go to work, but they lived too far away from their jobs, so they started walking to work but didn't get there before their schedule told them to turn around to go back to bed. Yep. So that's they are very strict apparently with this whole routine thing.
Dude, I really hope they left that in the game, and so you just go into an empty ass town and you're like, where is everyone? And it's like they're working.
They're walking to work, but they can't get to work in time, so then they have to walk back in this perpetual never ending loop of commuting.
It's just like real life.
Yeah. That's if they pull this one off and it ends up being I'd even say like an 85 plus. We'll say on Metacritic, Forza comes in 90 plus. Playground, they got
might be the top dog. Yeah.
Have a year in front of them right now, man. Jeez.
All I need is an 8. All I need is an 8 out of 10, man. That's all I need for Fable. Just because I don't need it to be the greatest thing. Just give me a solid 8 out of 10 game. I hope it's better. I hope it's a 9 out of 10. I hope. But just an 8 out of 10, I bet Fable's back. Then they can just build upon that. They can make the next. They can reuse assets and just make the next really and make it even better. So I just need something that's just good. That's all I need because Fable's been gone for way too long, man. It has been a hot minute since we've been that we can get excited for like a big Fable game. So
yep.
for me, because like I didn't really get excited about Fable 3 because I thought it looked like ass. Like before like beforehand. Like,
no one seems. Everyone's like, oh, the third one was the worst. Like, man, because everybody shares that opinion.
Because they marketed, they weren't excited about it. Like Microsoft didn't seem excited about it. But like, so for me, it's been literally since 2000. When did Fable 2 come out? 2008 or 7? 2008. So yeah, it's been almost 20 years since I've been like truly excited about a Fable game. You know, so
it's. Yes, October 21st, 2008. That was back when sequels when sequels came out like 2 years later, you know. Back then. It's a crazy time.
Yeah, I remember I was in college. I knew I was in college at some point in that game, so when that game came out. So yeah.
I was in 5th grade, I think.
It's okay. I just feel old. It's fine. I was on a podcast with the guy not too long ago. He was born in 2006. We were talking about Fire Emblem, Path of Radiance. He was like, yeah, I wasn't born yet, but let me know how it was when it launched. I was like, well, let me tell you. And shout outs to M Swizzle. He's a big Nintendo content creator.
And for anyone wondering, this Fable game is considered a full reboot, so you don't have to have any prior knowledge of Fable games to play this one. You can just jump right into it. So I'm looking forward to it, though. I think the Xbox Developer Direct was pretty good. I do. I like the idea of them just letting the developers tell you what's happening rather than some just random voice or something. Just go right to the studio. They show you the game. They tell you random details about it and stuff, and then they tell you what platform is coming to and when. Kind of, maybe a season. So, but I like it. It was kind of interesting to see Game Freak as well, by the way, because we don't really get much of a look into Game Freak very often. That's because usually it's Pokemon, and that's pretty strict as to how much even they can show of that. So it was kind of interesting to see them do something that wasn't Pokemon and then kind of show off even inside their studio a bit. So it was good stuff. Go over here to, here we go. This is from D. Clem says, every time Dreamcast guy makes an Xbox related video, I'm convinced he's about to be evicted and needs to make that bread. One topic, Sonic says, one topic Dreamcast guy never mentions Dreamcast.
Back to back, bro. God damn.
I have people whining about him too on my show. I'm like, y'all know what it is. Y'all
and they still go watch
that so much.
They're still in the video, they're still adding to it. They're just like, hey. All right.
Cust for Glory says, John, the Ultra 4K Blu-ray drives in PS5 and Xbox Series X are completely different and not equal. Xbox Series X have disc capacities lower than PS5 discs. Now you know. I feel like I was just saying that. I feel like that was a thing. But I appreciate it, Quest for Glory. Barang says, happy podcast. I hope GTA 6 is good. How fun is Forza for someone who mostly plays RPGs? Is the gameplay loop fulfilling or is it just driving around? Varang, I would recommend Forza. I mean, Forza Horizon 5 is the most current one. Any of the Horizon series, they are considered CarPGs is what they're called, because you get experience, you do level up, and the idea is you even have a little skill tree kind of for each car, and then you get new cars and wheel spins and all kinds of stuff. So it has RPG elements to it, yeah. To kind of improve your collection, your cars.
And correct me if I'm wrong.
Driving or anything.
5 is the only one that's available, right? Because 4 got delisted. Or
4 did get. I think 4 did get delisted. Yeah, it did. 3 is delisted, but it's physical and it's at GameStop for $10 maybe. So if anyone's really interested in 3 was pretty good. I like 3 was fun. That was 2016 though. That was 10 years ago that one came out. Almost. But it still looks really good. I think it plays well, and the setting I think was good for 3. So if people are just curious, I feel like that was the one that was in Australia. If I'm not mistaken. Let me make sure though before I tell everyone something that's wrong.
5 was in Mexico, right? Okay.
Yeah, 3 is fictionalized Australia. Yep.
Gotcha.
And I liked 3. 3 was fun. 3 was fun. Cybertor says it's not Fable if it doesn't have chicken kicking. They did kick a chicken right away. All right, so they showed that you kick a chicken.
That was like one of the first things they showed. Yeah.
Chicken chaser immediately. Yep. The Multiman says, John, I'm at the end of Mega Man X on Super Nintendo. and the Sigma stages are harder than most Souls games I've played. Any advice, specifically the second stage? I'd have to go back and double check the second stage, but my advice, well, actually, it depends on what you've already done, because you can get the in the first Mega Man X, you can get the Hadouken. That does help a lot.
Really?
So yeah.
Oh,
so
shit, that's cool.
The thing that's always been really funny about Capcom is for the Mega Man X games, they would do some kind of Street Fighter crossover. So the first game was a Hadouken. I think in the second one they gave you I feel like it was the Shoryuken. Yeah, you do the fire uppercut, and they one-shot bosses. Does it?
Oh,
and
cool.
There are some steps you have to go through to get it, but when you do, it's pretty awesome because you actually have to do the button.
Oh, like the Dragon Punch input? Yeah. The Z motion.
Yeah. So I mean, that's my recommendation, to kind of cheese it that way. But otherwise, some of the bosses typically have power-ups or just some of the Robot Master's abilities that they're weak against. All right. So I recommend cheesing that game like crazy, because Sigma is very annoying, especially if this is your first time playing through it. Don't feel bad. Just go for it. Do whatever you can to beat that game, because it is, as you mentioned, very difficult, and most people don't realize it until they go back and try it. And like, wow, this is that Dark Souls game wasn't that bad, actually. All right. It was all right. We're talking about the end of Mega Man X, Celia, how people are starting to realize how difficult that game is. Let me go over to Ubisoft here.
Oh boy.
Ubisoft is they're in trouble. Somehow, some way, they announced something that made their stock drop another 35%. I don't know how they did it. It was actually quite impressive. But they did announce that they are restructuring once again. And what's happening is they've canceled 6 games. They've delayed 7. And one of those 6 games, unfortunately, was Prince of Persia: Sands of Time Remake, which is very strange because we just heard ahead of the Game Awards, the Prince of Persia official account came out and said, we're not going to be there, but we can't wait to show you guys what we have in store for you in 2026.
Oh, I forgot.
Surprise!
Oh my God.
We are 3 weeks into 2026 and the game is now canceled. The other games that were canceled, one was a mobile game and the other 4 were new IPs. So I have no idea how to feel about any of the new IPs.
Yeah, that's like, whatever.
Yeah. But that was the big standout that they canceled, was Prince of Persia: Sands of Time Remake. And it kind of that's a gut punch for the Prince of Persia franchise, because that I kind of felt like that was at least going to be a good shot for that franchise to get back on track. The 2D game was good, but it's a 2D Metroidvania, and we see how it goes with 2D games. It's an uphill battle for them.
They got 2 of them, right?
What for
Rogue Prince and the Metroidvania, right?
They do, one that's made by the Dead Souls guys.
Yeah. Yep. So the Lost Crown, that one, I mean, I liked it. It was a good Metroidvania game, but it's limited in its appeal. That's just kind of the way it is with some of these 2D games most times. And I was really looking at Sands of Time Remake as people who wanted a 3D Prince of Persia. I was like, okay, this has a good chance at that, because I already know the source material is good, but if they can, modernize, fix it up a bit and bring it up to current platforms, it should be good. They even had a Switch 2 version planned, yes, and they canceled it. So that is very unfortunate. I was excited, and I mean, it's Ubisoft. I don't know what to tell you. This is kind of the way it is right now.
I mean, the craziest thing is, like, the game was, like, according to all the reports, the game was done.
It was done. Yeah. They were doing some bug fixes and polishing, apparently. And some people were saying it was going to shadow drop in January. I don't think that was going to happen. Either way, I don't think so. But yeah. I kind of feel like we were a few months away from it releasing. And that's very unfortunate, because they just kind of trashed what sounds like a completed game. Also makes me wonder if someone out there is going to leak this game like completely. I mean, it's the word going around right now is there's a lot of unrest within Ubisoft. So you have a lot of disgruntled employees, and some are thinking there might be a mass exodus of talent. And look, Ubisoft employs a ton of people. My gosh, they had, last I remember, it was like 17 or 18,000 people worked there, which is crazy. Yeah. Their current valuation on their company after this recent stock drop is like $500 million market cap or something, which you think about the prices we've seen Bungie go for, or it makes no sense with the IPs they have, and to me just really shows the mismanagement that's going on there. Because I can tell you now, Far Cry and Assassin's Creed alone, you combine those and then you throw any of the Tom Clancy stuff in, are worth billions of dollars, but the whole company right now is worth $500 million. It makes no sense, but as Ubisoft. So I don't know. It's the 7 games that got delayed. One of them we believe is Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced. And
Tom Heinerson said that was supposed to come out in March, digital only, right?
Yeah, I'm thinking holiday now. Maybe it comes out first quarter of next year because now it's slipped to the next fiscal year. Yeah. So I'd like to see holiday, but man, that holiday's filling up. Although Black Flag is very popular, and I think Resynced will do well for them, and it should get at least something back on track. But it's just once again them going back to the Assassin's Creed well. So that's one of the reasons I was excited about Prince of Persia. Is like the precursor to Assassin's Creed is now coming back and maybe giving Ubisoft something else to work with. And it's like, nope, that's gone. So
it's funny because like I remember like the Prince of Persia Twitter account posted a statement and they said like, don't worry, this isn't the end of the franchise. And everyone's like, I don't know about that, brother.
Kind of feels like it is.
Yeah.
Kind of. Well, at least for a while. I mean, again, they have the other 2D games. They have you mentioned the Rogue Prince of Persia. That's an ongoing effort. The 3D Prince of Persia is what people were really hopeful for.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
And it's kind of unfortunate. So I don't know. I'm not really sure where they go from here with Prince of Persia. They still have it listed as so they broke into 5 different groups. One of the groups does have Prince of Persia. I'm just not really sure how much money they're going to put into it. Clearly they didn't, whatever Ubisoft Montreal was doing wasn't going to be enough to get it to the finish line, or they didn't like what they had. So they scrapped it.
I mean, there might be hope because like the fact that they didn't list it is something, because I'm pretty sure you saw this too, John. Watch Dogs is completely dead. Like they didn't even mention that at all, which is
Watch Dogs is dead.
Yeah. Pretty sad.
It's weird. It's weird.
Yeah. Just give me a 60 FPS update for the first 2 games. That's all I'm asking for.
Well, here's what they did at least give us an idea as to what they're going to be doing in the future here to get back on track. And most people are probably going to be able to guess it. It's they mentioned generative AI, so that's good. And they mentioned open world adventures, games as a service, native experiences. So a lot of big open worlds, a lot of games as a service, and then leveraging generative AI probably to make development go a bit faster. Not necessarily better, but just faster. So yeah, that's probably what we're going to be getting. Although I think Rayman is still going to come out. So at least there's that.
That's the thing. Like, I don't think like every game is going to be under those 2, because as you said, Rayman, well, there's 2 Rayman games, right? There's like the 30th anniversary edition that literally just got leaked.
Yep.
I saw
there's going to
Wario
be a
64.
remake. Yep. There's going to be a remake for it and a new one.
Yeah, no, like, so like there's the 30th anniversary edition for Rayman, and the Rayman remake is a 3D remake of Rayman Legends.
Yeah.
Which is
a 3D remake?
Yeah, 3D remake of Rayman Legends.
That is the word.
Will that actually even come out? I don't know if
that's the question we're always gonna have for Ubisoft, right?
Yeah, I don't know about a 3D remake of the 2D game, like that big old 2D game, like, but they're gonna make it. Yeah, that just seems like it's not gonna happen.
I know. I'm kind of with you, OG. It's like just make a new Rayman game. Like, why does it have to be a remake? Like,
it makes no sense to remake the 2D game. Like, that doesn't make sense. Just make a new if you want a new 3D Rayman, just make a new.
Just make a new one.
Celia, you're unmuted, but your microphone's not working.
Oh, there we go. Sorry. Hi. I was like, why is everyone ignoring me? Rude. Yeah, no, we should. Okay, if they're going to do a remake, hold on, Schmutz is moving. There we go. So if they're going to do a remake, they should remake the second one. That one is so fun.
Oh, that's the one on the 3DS, right?
You know, it's on Nintendo 64 and
the Great Escape or whatever the Rayman. Yeah,
it is so much fun. I went back when it went on NSO. I went to go play it and be like, was it as fun as I remember it to be? And it is. They should remake that one if they're going to. That's a fantastic game.
We got to get you on this NSO, Radix, so you could go back and play some of these random N64 games.
like Turok or like
Okay, if you're gonna play Turok 2. It's the best Turok.
Okay, all right, I got you. Or like Winback, whatever the fuck.
Oh yeah, Winback. Yeah, there's some deep cuts.
I like the deep
NSO
cuts.
right
Yeah,
now.
I appreciate the deep cuts.
They have 300 something games on NSO now, so there's a lot on there. Ubisoft. I'm not sure what to expect from them going forward. Not a lot. I mean, if it wasn't for that 10-cent infusion of capital, it would be over. So they're like just hanging on by a thread. Good news though, Beyond Good and Evil 2 still in development.
Oh, thank God. I was worried about that one.
Just in case everyone was worried. It is still in development. Originally announced back in 2008. Then they showed it again in 2017, where they asked people to make music for it and artwork, and then it disappeared. And that's it. It's still in development.
Don't worry, I'm working on it, so don't worry, guys.
Yeah, okay. He's got it covered.
Work faster, damn it.
He's got it covered.
It takes time to make quality things, guys. I'm debugging. All right. They're only paying me not that much because they don't have much left over, but I'm getting what I can. All right. Don't worry, guys. It's coming.
Can you guys educate me? Like I never played the original Beyond Good and Evil. Like I'm sure it's a great game, but is it really like this like massive like classic banger that is worthy of a sequel taking like 20 years
at the time when it came out? It was I feel like it stood out then, but maybe not as much now. And that's just because it was the earlier days of sort of those 3D adventure style games. You can play it because they have the
they did a remaster. Yeah.
And it's pretty good. Like you can go back and play it and get the trophies and everything for it. And I do think it's worth it just for people to check it out for the history's sake of it. I kind of feel like it's the time has passed, the moment's passed just outright, and it can kind of live as its own thing now. But I do wonder how many people are still even around who are like, we need that Beyond Good and Evil sequel. It's like, do we?
There's rarely any game that's worth waiting 20, like that can live up to that long.
The Duke Nukem Forever level,
yeah. Like there's rarely ever any game that can even do that. But I played Beyond Good and Evil, and this is not that. Like, listen, this next game it might be good, but it doesn't mean that it's worth like waiting 20 years for something because they want to be crazy with the development of the game. Like there was no need for this game to take this long. Like it's not. What's that mean? You're not that guy, pal. You're not that guy.
You're not that guy.
That's the
where this needs to happen this way.
Well, that's the issue, though. This Ubisoft is way different than the Ubisoft that released Beyond Good and Evil. Like, it's completely different now. So, do people want this Ubisoft making the sequel to that beloved or niche game? I don't know.
I assume this has to be like a live service game, right?
They've kind of touted it as all kinds of stuff. So
the stuff on the live service part.
Was Joseph Gordon-Levitt involved with like a website or something? Like
yes, they were asking people to make music and artwork and stuff, and everyone was confused what they were doing. And then 10 years later, we still don't know what they're doing.
They came out on stage too. They They were all proud, like, bro. I saw Michael Ansel. What was he at? He was like at a zoo or something like that. He was not even paying. He wasn't even at the company no more. This is a cluster, bro. This is a complete cluster. Like this is bad. Like, listen, it might turn out good, but it's hard to tell what this is.
I'd have more concerns right now for Ubisoft. I kind of feel like it's good. We're gonna wake up one day and Tencent will have just bought them.
Yeah, it seems that way based off of everything that's happening with the company. And like, Watch Dogs dead or what's happening with Splinter Cell. I mean, like the problem with it is like as a company, when you can't put out your heavy hitters on a consistent basis that people like, that's when things are like, it's like there's been no. When was the last Splinter Cell? When was the last Ghost of Dawn that was good?
He was a character in another game.
Yeah, like when was these are their staples that got them through the years. Like the fact that they don't have good versions of they just rode Rainbow Six Siege for like a decade plus.
We got a bunch of them at one point. Remember that Xbox 360 era? We were getting Rainbow Six constantly. That Xbox
Vegas 2. Like it was like you need to have a consistent flow of good games in your best. And they're just, I don't know what happened, but Ubisoft, I mean, they did it with Assassin's Creed, which was okay. They got that, but everything else has been lackluster, man. They have not been able to keep up with like game development stuff. So yeah.
Oh, Splinter Cell remake did also survive the cuts, so that's still apparently in development.
Even that's taking too long. Like it's been way too long since. When was the last Splinter Cell? Blacklist?
2013. Yeah,
2013,
the Wii U one, the one that came out on Wii U.
Yeah, like that was 13 years ago. Like that's insane for like that should never happen with a good ran company. That should never happen to where Splinter Cell takes 13 years in between. It's good enough and it can sell well enough for that to be maybe 5 years apart. Like we should have had at least 3 of them in between that time, at least 5 to 6 years, maybe. You want to take 6 years, okay. But like this company's the mismanagement is insane that we don't have consistent at least every 5 years or 4 years, something. Like I get it, game development's hard, but Jesus Christ, like this is mismanagement at its like highest, and that's why they're getting destroyed right now when it comes to everything.
Yeah, that's my concern with Ubisoft. The open world overload is that every game has to be never ending, and I think Celia is right that it's good. You know, you get a game that has definitive beginning and definitive end, and you get a nice solid 15 to 20 hours out of it. You're just happy, and then you just move on.
That's where Splinter Cell can come in. That's where I know some Ghost Recon games were open world, but Ghost Recon could have been something more smaller scale, you know, something like that. So like I said, mismanagement from the top. That's really what it comes down to.
Yeah, Ubisoft strikes me as the company that really buys into that dollar per hour mentality, and I think that's hurting them badly.
Another reason why I say like you can have dollar per hour in replay value. It doesn't have to be open world. Like you can add in a bunch of cool modes and different things.
Or like Capcom wants you to play through Resident Evils over and over again. People like it.
Yeah.
So.
And like Mass Effect is not open world, yet that has good replay value, and you can do things in that. And that's not an open world game, but it's kind of like open ended a little bit some areas, but it's not open world. So they could have made a game like that with Ghost Recon. Like like I said, I've said it a million times, but I'll say it again. This is the worst one of the worst managed companies to sit there and let all your IPs go silent like this. And oh man, terrible. Because I used to play a lot of Ubisoft games, man. We all did, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
The early 2010s of Ubisoft was like very special.
Yeah, and even like
all the UB art stuff, like Valiant Hearts, Child of Light.
The 360
Legends.
games were great. I was playing Vegas online with the homies. I was playing all sorts of stuff in the 360 days with Ubisoft. But man, I don't know, man.
Let's go over to Matt Piscatella on Blue Sky. He had some talking points for Circana for the month of December, giving us an idea of some of the sales. And I will say, right off the bat, I'll give a shout out to Battlefield because it did indeed outsell Call of Duty for 2025. Battlefield actually did it. And people were unsure if it was going to be a thing, how Call of Duty would be received. Well, Call of Duty came in number 5. It got outsold by Monster Hunter Wilds, Borderlands 4, NBA 2K26, and then Battlefield 6. So it was just not a good year for Call of Duty more than anything. I think if it was probably a better Call of Duty, maybe it would have placed first. Not the case. Now for hardware, the Switch 2 led the hardware market in both unit and dollar sales during December and the 2025 year, helping offset year-on-year declines across other platforms. The PlayStation 5 placing second across both measures and time periods. The Switch 2 finished its 7th month in the market with a life-to-date U.S. install base of 4.4 million units, nearly double the install base of the original Switch on a time-aligned basis, with the Switch 2 remaining the fastest-selling video game hardware platform in tracked history. It's 35% ahead of PlayStation 4 sales pace after 7 months in the market. So the Switch 2 continues to roll on. No issues there in the US.
Are you sure it's not flopping? Are you sure it's not flopping and failing and flopping all over the place?
I'm pretty sure. People fighting over this,
bro.
People fighting over this. The Switch 2.
I mean, people that can't put shapes inside the correct corresponding spot correctly, yes. But yeah, nobody
Circle
else
goes in the square hole.
They figured out how to use a YouTube channel, they figured that one out though.
I think at this point, if people want like the solid numbers, give it a couple weeks. Nintendo will be here on the 3rd, 4th of February. So not next week, the following week. And they'll drop the numbers and we'll find out where they are. But at least in the US, Matt did mention on social media that look, a lot of stuff is down from the current economy and how it is. But the Switch 2 is technically still the fastest selling system released. The launch align thing is difficult because if you compare it to the Switch 1, we'd be comparing the Switch 2 with its first holiday without the Switch 1's holiday. So sure, we could get to 12 months and then compare both. But at least for now, the Switch 2 at $450 or $500, which is $150 or $200 more than the Switch 1 when it came out. It's unit wise, it's selling well at that price point. I still do have concerns around how long it's gonna be able to sell at this kind of velocity at that price, because it's not getting easier out there for people right now. So eventually I think that price point becomes more of a sticking point for Nintendo, and then maybe they got to get to the Switch 2 Lite, or the fun theory. The fun theory, you know what it is the idea that they come up with a little consoleized box, and that's the cheap option. They go for a docked one instead. But that's eventually that will have to be a thing, and they'll have to figure out a way at least to get the system cheaper.
Wait,
I'm thinking
like
to get
a docked only Switch.
Yeah, people were looking at that as, oh, maybe that, because there's this model that's floating around on their website. People are theorizing, and one is like, oh, well, maybe they can eliminate the screen, the battery, all these other cost saving measures. I mean, the dock itself is $120. But they're just trying to do the math and figure out an interesting path for Nintendo. And one was, oh, maybe it's just a docked 4K Switch 2 that you buy for like $350 or something. So
if that happens, I'm curious what they call it, because like you can't switch.
No, they'll call it a Switch. They call the Switch. They call the Switch Lite.
Yeah, that's
fair.
Switch. That's fair.
At this point, it's just a word.
Switch heavy. I don't know.
The Switch heavy. The Switch stay put.
Switch stays put.
Switch home. They'll probably like Switch Home or something like that. Just switch something. Switch TV. I don't know.
I mean, we'll see when Nintendo shows up with their numbers, but they're shooting for 19 million still this fiscal year, and that's going to be tough to get to. But we'll find out when they make that announcement. Any thoughts, OJ, on
price?
Did they raise the price? I kind of do. I mean, it's so hard for me to look around at the market, because I think Sony's going to raise their price. Yeah. I think Microsoft's just going to stop shipping Xbox. Just to be frank, I think they're just going to stop shipping Xboxes. Yeah. So they'll avoid it because of that. But I look around and I think, Sony will raise theirs. Nintendo might just go to 500 without a game. That'd be it.
Here's the problem. Yeah, here's the problem with raising the prices. I mean, if you look at it year on year, at least in the US, Sony dropped the price by 100, although they did raise the price earlier, but they had $100 discount, and that year on year was 30% less than the previous year for December. So if they raise the price again, that is a massive problem, because like I said, year on year, they had it $100 off pretty much all throughout November, December, and it was less in the US at least. And in Japan, it was also less year on year. I don't know about Europe, and that was cheaper. Japan also had a cheaper model PS5. So I don't see how that could end well, raising the price again when you dropped it and you have cheaper models and it's doing less than when it was more expensive the previous year. So I don't know how they get past that and actually sell good amounts of the system. So, I mean, they could. Nintendo could raise the price, just get rid of the 450 model and then just say, hey, it's 500. But, I mean, that's also a problem too, because like John said, it's going to at some point kind of like not be able to keep up because of the economy, and nobody expects the Switch 2 to sell as much as the Switch 1. Like, it's going to be tough because only one system's ever sold as good as the Switch 2, or sorry, Switch 1, and that's the PS2. Every other system sold less than it. So you have to just automatically assume that Switch 2 won't be able to hit that, because most systems don't hit 150 million. There's a huge gap between the DS and what's after the DS. There's like tens of millions of gap between them. I think it's like the PS4.
PS4 is like 117.
Yeah,
120.
Exactly. So there's a huge gap between the PS4 and the DS. So most systems don't ever hit 150 million. So nobody should expect the Switch 2 to hit those numbers. But if they do have to raise the price, then I see it definitely doing less. But it can still do okay. It can still do okay, like in the grand scheme of things. I think it can still do better than like the Wii, for example, or something like that. So,
I think it'll sell. I think it will eventually reach 100 million. I don't think that's going to be an issue for them. But I'm curious how they get there, because I think it's gonna be tough if the prices just keep going up. Because eventually people go, well, you know what? I'll just wait or wait for a sale.
They've got to have a Switch. Switch 2 Lite. I think the Switch 2 Lite is probably a way to help out with that. If they can get a Switch 2 Lite, no dock, makes it much cheaper, so you get that down to like 300 or something like that. I think that would be a big help.
I will say though, for Sony, I think they're going to have their own fiscal report here. I think it's the same week as Nintendo, or it's the following week. It's usually within like a few days.
Yeah.
But I kind of think this report for PS5 is going to be more than people are expecting. I actually think they did pretty well. Specifically, Europe, it sounds like they did incredibly well.
Yeah.
And a lot of that had to do with the sales. I think they're going to show up with a number that people are like, whoa, wait a minute, that's actually pretty good. And you know what the question is now, because analysts are starting to kind of talk about this a bit, the idea that the PS6 can wait a bit because the PS5 is actually still set. Like, so last Q3, December, it was like 9 million systems they sold. And I kind of wonder if it's going to be around there again, which like globally, worldwide for their fiscal quarter. And I'm kind of thinking it's going to be in that 8 million range.
I saw that report, like it might be 2029 for PS6. I'm like, yep, good. Yeah, please. Please.
Yeah. So I think that might spur them on to be like, oh, well, we're still selling PS5s. And to be frank, it's because Microsoft's just not really selling Xboxes. And I mean, there's still a number of people who want a console, just a high-def box that they put under their TV. So they go somewhere. And I do think they're still sticking with consoles, and they probably go to the PS5. So I do think there's still a market there for Sony to keep leveraging, since GTA, that's the one thing that might help them out, OJ, if they have to go up to 550 or 600 or whatever. They go, yeah, but this is how you play GTA in the holiday. And people go, well,
maybe a bundle, and then like during the holiday they'll have like another sale as well. It's like the launch price again, it's like 500 for the base model.
Yeah.
So that can help. So we'll see.
Yeah, I think the PS5 is going to end up outselling the PS4 now, just based on, I think they're going to report some numbers that'll be kind of impressive. And I think the PS4 they'll blow right past that, I think. So it'll probably finish up somewhere, of course, between the PS4 then and the PS2. But I think the PS5 is going to have a long life. I think 2029 for the PS6 is actually becoming quite realistic currently.
I love it. I would prefer 2030, which might be like pushing it, but 2029.
I would prefer as far away as possible. I just bought a PS5 Pro. Well, it was last year, but no, as far away as possible. Like I legitimately don't feel. Usually, like towards like the 5 or 6 year, you feel like you need something, or it's like these games are kind of getting.
But the PS3 and the 360,
right?
cool.
Yeah.
That's not even close to being the case. If you play Ghost of Yotei on your PS5 Pro, doesn't run like above like 60 frames. It's like they've got an uncapped frame rate on it. Like the games
with ray tracing too.
The games look great. They run great. Pretty much every Sony first party game, I can't think of a game. It's all in 60 on even like on a base PS5.
Yep.
The large majority of games look and play just fine. So like I get people always want more power, but it's really not that this time around. Like it's just they can take longer to put it out this time. Like we don't need, honestly, we don't really need a PS6. Like if they did one like in 2027 or 2028, I'd be like, no, I'm good. Like I don't think I'd even buy it because I know that they'd still support the PS5 Pro with, the games would probably still run just fine. And on
PS5 cross-gen is going to be longer than PS4 cross-gen.
Yeah, the PS5 cross-gen, it might be forever gen. They might just never stop. I swear they might just not stop making games on PS5 because the way that the market's going, I don't think people are just going to consistently just spend $600 to $700 for systems. I think people are just going to be like, well, I like my PS5. Like, because we saw that a little bit for a while with the PS4. Like people were buying PS5 and everything, but people hung on to the PS4 for like forever.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's crazy how long people were hanging on to the PS4. Like it was unlike any
games next year. Like the Mega Man game is listed on
PS4.
Yeah.
I played Metaphor Refantasio on the PS4. I have a
there you
because I got a deluxe edition. And it came with the PS4 and the PS5 copy. So I was like, let me just test it out. So I mean, I still played that on the PS4. That game, I mean, the PS4 is 10 years plus old. It's so old now, the PS4 at this point. So there's still games coming out. People are still enjoying it. So I see PS5 lasting, even longer. And there's really no need because PS5 is a really well-built system. Like overall, like there's no weaknesses like in terms of GPU or CPU or whatever the case is. Like it's got pretty much everything you need for just like the ball and gun gamers out there. Like they love that shit, right? So it's like they're gonna keep buying it for their Call of Duties and the Maddens and all that type of stuff. So yeah, I don't see PS5 going away anytime like soon at all.
I'm curious about the handheld? Is that going to be 2028? Is it 2029 if they launch it the same year as PS6? Like,
I don't think they have to launch the same year as the PS6. I think they can put it out whenever, to be honest. I mean, I think it's going to be that cross-gen system almost, to where it'll play PS5 games out of the gate, and then it'll get the PS6 games as well, just scaled down for the handheld.
Yeah.
I think that's an interesting situation where they could put the console on the back burner and focus on the handheld and get that thing out. Honestly, maybe for 2027, holiday 27 as a handheld. And it's like, well, okay, this is different than the PS5 then. So I mean, I'd pick up the handheld right away.
Oh, absolutely. Me too. Yeah. Just gotta increase that list of low power mode games, Sony.
Yes. What do you think, Celia? Do you need that PS6 tomorrow?
Absolutely. All of my games require more ray trace. I don't know. I'm in the same boat as you guys. I'd like nothing to add because I'm like, I want it to come out like 2030. There's no reason for it to come out. And I think I've said plenty of times, usually releasing a new console stimulates the more purchases, for new games, and, the hype goes on. We're all excited. But as of right now, games aren't chugging along on the PS5 Pro. Like, they're doing great. I just don't see, even though, all the new games are new and shiny and high tech, blah, blah, need more power, blah, blah, they're running fine. So where's the technical demand right now for these games? I don't see it because I think the needs are being met. So if they can push it off further and maybe gaming gets better and things get less rocky, then I think that's better for the gaming industry as a whole.
Yep. And we're gonna see some kind of that's like an FSR4 PSSR update here pretty soon in a few months.
Yeah.
Yep. So we'll see. That'll be their big push or big graphical update, and we'll see how that turns out. And I think hardware wise, most people are pretty content.
Yeah.
So.
No one wants this.
Yeah, they'd have to present some kind of game-changing technology or something that feel like ray tracing is just not doing it for people. That's just the way it is. It's like, most people. If you tell people, hey, you can play at 30 FPS with ray tracing, or you play 60 with it off, most people are probably going to say, I'll just turn it off. Whatever. I don't need that.
Yeah.
Let me go over here. This is from little guy. Franny says Mario Rabbids better not be canceled.
Bad news.
Which Mario Rabbit? What do you mean? There's no new Mario Rabbids game.
Disturbing the peace.
We can all dream, okay? We can all dream.
Shout out to Cat Corgi.
I like that first game.
Yeah, well, Mario Rabbids, they're gonna do a Switch 2 update, like a double pack. So we're just kind of waiting for that. But I don't know if that might be canceled.
Mecha Omar says, do the Circana sales include the Switch 2 systems Nintendo sold directly to customers? They don't report eShop sales, so I assume they might not. I can ask Matt about that, Mecha Omar. I was planning to have him on another show at some point, so I can ask him about that.
They don't. You mean like the My Nintendo store?
Yes.
If you're talking about that, because it says eShop sales. The eShop is different from Switch 2
right,
systems.
For Switch 2 systems, so, Nintendo sold directly to so I assume that would be the ones through their website and stuff.
Yeah, they don't count it on Famitsu, so it might be the same. Nintendo doesn't give them any type of internal data. They don't give them eShop sales either. They don't give them that. So I would guess they don't give them that. But
it's only data for retailers, right?
Yeah, it's only data. But Microsoft and Sony give Circana the data for the digital. Nintendo does not. So you'll always that little asterisk by the thing that says digital sales not included for eShop.
Let me go over to some of the community here who had some questions that they submitted. Let's see. We have Kale who says, do you think Jeff keeps hyping up High Guard on Twitter because he feels bad for them? Or is it really a good game that will surprise most?
Dude, I love the fact that Jeff is standing on business. Did you see that tweet?
Yeah,
he's apologizing. Can't wait for everyone.
Shout out to Jeff, man. That's my goat.
All of a sudden, it's going to turn to a single-player RPG that's $60 or $70. It's, people have played it. So we'll find out here soon. They did a whole event for it. And what is the game? Is the game out on
Monday?
It is on Monday, isn't it?
Yeah.
I guess
thought you went to that event, John. I thought you would have.
I didn't go to that event. I know people who did. I didn't go.
Oh, come on.
No, I didn't go to that. I didn't.
Did they invite you? They invited you.
No, they didn't invite me. No.
You have to think. Why'd you have to think about it so long?
They didn't invite me.
Monday's the Ball X Pit update. Dude, be busy.
I'm not gonna lie, the whole marketing cycle, the fact that they started their marketing like 2 days ago. Like I'm actually like so curious about this game now. Like it kind of
I am too, and maybe it was genius marketing, like you
but
say.
like
I'm at least
purchasing
curious.
Well,
it's free. I mean, it's free to play. Yeah, it's free. So it's like,
it's
okay,
still your time.
40 gigabytes of download. Interested?
Yeah,
I'll put it on a side monitor and see what's happening.
You see what Jeff Keighley said? The apologies are.
I apologize that he didn't have a better game to show at the end. Yes,
he thinks the game is good. He thinks the game is really good.
He likes it.
Yeah,
so.
and there's other content creators that are like trying to that are hyping it up too. So
okay,
we'll find out Monday. We'll find out.
Titanfall devs. Everyone loves Titanfall. You know.
Like, yeah.
I'm guessing the gameplay is really smooth. I don't think gameplay is going to be how the game plays and like the frame. All that stuff's probably going to be incredible, right?
Just can we all get it and then just find him in game and constantly beat the crap out of him? Is he going to be playing it?
Jeff Keighley?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's going to be on that day.
Let's dumpster Jeff Keighley. Come on.
Oh, you're gonna, Evan. You're gonna try. You're gonna try high guard, Evan,
for like 2 minutes. Probably.
Yeah, see, he's in. He's already. The marketing worked. Evan's turned around.
The marketing's working. This marketing, people
Game
said
of
it was
the year.
I'm gonna download it. They're gonna have to pay for the bandwidth they use, and I'm not gonna buy a single thing on their shop.
Here's the thing, though, guys. Like, if they actually started like showing it off, people would just be keep on like concording them, trolling them. Yeah. It's better to just shut the hell up. Just wait, because then now you can't do all that. Now you can't. So I think it was a good idea.
Okay, if this ends up being an overwhelming success, it's going to become a marketing study because there's Shadow Drop, and then there's, I guess, Radio Silence Drop, and I'm very curious. We'll find out. We'll find out Monday.
Evan's gonna show up next week and be like, "Yeah, I'm 100 hours into high guard."
You have a tattoo for high guard? It was crazy.
I'll be world first,
like Peter Moore, like that.
Be ranked #1. I'll have the beanie next to my Firefall beanie, and
like the GTA 4 tattoo.
Yeah, the high guard. It's gonna be high guard.
This is from DC Fat Cat. It says, Lydia and I both loved Dispatch. She loved the decision-based cutscenes, and I loved the strategy parts. We needed something to watch, and I remember Devil May Cry was on Netflix, and she enjoyed it, calling it just like a video game. I was thinking to try out the Cyberpunk series next. Is this just the start of a video game to episodic video boom?
Okay, wait, time out. Okay, I have a similar experience. So I finally watched Cyberpunk, like the cartoon.
It was good.
And it's so good. And the song at the end, PTSD. My heart. Anyways, God, my feelings. Everything hurts. So I love that. So now I want to go play Cyberpunk. I played a little bit of the game like when it initially came out, and it was a buggy mess, and I just never really went back to it. But now I want to play it and go through the motions.
It's better now with the They did a lot of updates. Cyberpunk 2.0. It's much better than it was at launch. People still have complaints around the routines that the NPCs
and the quest-based
have
systems and things. Right. I mean, you get to the end of like the starter quest, and all of a sudden your entire HUD just fills with waypoints because there's no system in it of like, all right, you've done this, now go to these places. I just remember walking out of the house and it being like, go get your car, go over here, go that way, go this, and it's like, Jesus Christ, calm down.
It's a really cool world though, and I think that's the reason people keep coming back to it, because the world is pretty cool. And like having the Johnny Silverhand person that's like haunting you, basically, there's some really interesting things they do in a video game that I've never seen before. So it sticks with people.
Yeah, but I feel that.
Okay, let's see. Thank for me says, after the recent news of the Sands of Time remake cancellation, is anyone still excited or have expectations for future Ubisoft games? Man, not really. I mean, I have expectations for the Black Flag Resynced, because we know what that game was when it came out on the back in the 360 and stuff. So I have expectations there. Everything else, I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know what Far Cry 7 is going to be. I have no idea.
Yeah, true. Like the fact that like the remake might have like the RPG elements from Origins and Odyssey, I'm like, I don't know about that.
Yeah,
that's like I'm kind of worried about. But
they could completely ruin the vision of that game. We'll see. This is from Casual Noob Gamer. It says, hey, is it just me, or did we get duped by Xbox with Fable? Because prior to what they showed at the developer direct, the game looked like it was like really realistic looking, and they always kind of advertised it as that was the actual gameplay. And then when they showed the gameplay at this developer direct for Fable, the game looked like it was basically just an advanced Xbox 360 game. And the combat that they showed at the developer direct, which the Xbox 360 is where Fable was released last. So did we get duped? I played Fable 2 a few hours ago on the Xbox 360, and it looks like an NES game compared to this thing. We do that thing. I see this a lot online where a game, they'll show the visuals and like it looks like a PS2 game. It's like, I don't know if remember what the PS2 game looks like. It's this game, Fable, looks very advanced in terms of the visuals. And here's the thing. In that interview I mentioned before, they said the tone they're going for, everyone thinks of fantasy. So the Witcher, Skyrim, those kind of games. They're like, we're going for fairy tale setting.
Right.
And I think
like
that's
Shrek.
it's very important to consider that.
And most of what they showed looked like the Harry Potter game in essence. Like it had that same kind of like bounciness to it, and it's a little bit more just fantasy fun rather than
a little more whimsy
serious.
to it. Yeah.
I don't think we need hyper realistic for every game. I'm just throwing that out there.
I also think
cool
casual noob gamer, when we get these are kind of games now that you basically get in front of you on like a native experience, OLED TV or whatever. They always look better than what they do on YouTube. YouTube's rough. That's why we always go to like try to hunt down the uncompressed files on the press sites and stuff for anything, PS5, Xbox, whatever. Even Switch 2 now, they're pushing 4K. So it's just YouTube does a number on some of these visuals. Let's see. This is from Wiz, who says, John, if your neighbor was Pecker Dupree, would you greet him like this? Hello there, neighborino, Pecker Duprino. You know what? Just for you, I would do that. Robert says, would you hope to see a Halo 2 and 3 and Gears 2 and 3 remaster remakes so they can go to PS5 and Switch 2? Doesn't seem like Master Chief Collection is going to be going to either, unfortunately. Yeah, I think so. I think it's a good idea to do that. Apparently, they are going to be remaking Halo 2 and Halo 3 in the same way we're seeing this campaign evolved. And look, Halo just needs some kind of spark. They need to ignite this. They need to get this going and bring it to a new audience or just a new system. Probably is the move at this point. So I think Halo is going to do well on the PS5 later this year.
Oh, for sure. I will buy it and play for the first time on PS5. I don't know if I'm going to go for the platinum.
The first time.
I heard horror stories about the 1,000 out of 1,000 achievement list.
I bet you it's a lot easier for now. I mean, we know how.
Oh, you think so? Okay.
I think so. But hey, man, you have no knowledge of the Halo 1 campain?
Nope.
Oh,
nope.
All right. Good stuff. All right, cool.
The only one I played really was Halo Infinite multiplayer back when it came out with my boys. Yeah.
Oh man, that Halo 1 campaign had something. Especially if you haven't experienced it before. There's some good stuff in there. So, all right, cool. You'll have to when that game comes out, you have to let us know what you think about that campaign.
Oh, for sure. I got you. That, and I still have to play Gears of War as well. So I might be on my PSN wish list. I should just buy that.
I can't. It's so weird to think about that Halo 1. I would actually be spoiling it for you if I told you much about that at this point.
Yeah, I really don't know anything about the narrative beats of Halo 1, 2, and 3.
You saw the mission they showed though. In that
silent cartographer, right? Okay.
Cartographer. Yep, that is like an iconic level. It is awesome. Okay. So, man, that's. I wish I could go back and have not played the Halo campaign and experience the game first.
Oh, just like erase your memory and replay it.
It's one of those games. Yeah, it is one of those games where I wish I could do that.
I mean, speaking about Gears, like, do you think they remastered Judgment? Because I'm always interested in like the black sheep of the. Of like a video game franchises.
Nate is a massive Gears fan and is really good at Gears 1. And when Judgment came up, he said some things that I'm surprised didn't get him banned off Xbox Live. There's a lot of cursing.
Oh damn!
He doesn't like Judgment.
Honestly, though, those should be the games that get hit with remakes, remasters. Because like, why just keep remaking and remastering good stuff when you can make something that's more mediocre into something incredible?
That's fair.
A little bit better.
That's a fair question. This is from Joe, who says, what do you think of the opinion that Dispatch is Twilight for dudes? Which I think
we talked about it.
Okay. It is. Great.
Game Bro says, love hearing about your kids getting into 3DS lately. Have you curated any type of short list of games for them to dive into besides Mario Kart and 3D Land? Well, they like Kirby a lot, so they just want to play Kirby. But I tried to show them Zelda and Kid Icarus, but now they just don't play Kirby. That's about it. So let them find the games as they go. They just seem so impressed by the two screens, and we think about it as just old, and they're like, look, what is this thing? Like, it's hard to process the two screens, and we're like, man, that was so long ago now.
That Kirby game on 3DS is really good. Triple Deluxe. Yeah.
They keep asking when Nate's leaked Planet Robobot is coming to the Switch, and I have to disappoint him every time. So if Nate's listening, get on that, okay? There are kids out here who want Planet Robot on the Switch 1. All right, so get those Nintendo contacts on the phone. But the whole 3DS thing is just interesting to see some of these kids come across what looks like just old hardware for us, and they just see it. They're looking at this. The kids, they're like, open it up. So what is this? Is this come out? They think the 3DS and they think the Vita just came out. I had to explain to them how old those systems are. They're like, really?
Shouldn't have explained. You should just gaslit them into thinking it's brand new.
Yeah.
They do. They think it's new. They think it's like some crazy piece of technology. Like, I can't believe this. And Mario's on it. And then on the Vita, they were asking me if Astrobot was on. I'm like, no, you can play it on the Portal. So they actually play
a little big fan of Vita.
I was going through some of the games with them. They just think the look of the Vita is so interesting because it's a smaller system. So in their mind, they're like, how is this possible when the system's so small? I'm like, you don't even know what we had back then. Systems fit in our pockets at that time. So
show them the Game Boy Micro, please. That's so important.
Come on, the SNK handheld, do it.
That's right. I have the Neo Geo Pocket. I do have that. So I've been showing them all the different systems and see if they can figure out when they came out. But it's been a lot of fun. Let me see. Superman says I can play Cyber Shadow just fine on PS5. There you go.
Hell yeah.
Cool Rip says mid or end of year for Elden Ring Tarnished Edition. They got to get that thing out soon because I thought Duskbloods is coming at some point. That Elden Ring.
Oh yeah. I thought that came out. Holy shit.
Duskbloods doesn't come out yet. We need Duskbloods to come out.
No, I mean Elden Ring.
Oh, Elden Ring. Yeah. It was supposed to have come out at the end of last year. They delayed it because the performance was, I mean, we all saw it at the event. The footage got out there and it was pretty clear it wasn't gonna be ready. So I don't know. I guess I'm thinking first half of this year, but they got to get that moving soon.
Yeah.
Illustrious, as you haven't been able to play the last 3 Game of the Year games on PS4, it's time to move on. Well,
the last 3 Game of the Year games?
No, we had Claire Obscure,
Astro, and Baldur's Gate, right?
And Baldur's Gate, yeah. Yep.
And then look at the MPD, the top MPD charts for sales in the US.
Well,
we Call of Duty, 2K, FIFA.
It's Madden, it's Call of Duty, it's 2K. It's just a bunch of ball and gun games. So
Battlefield is next gen. You need PS5.
I get that, but a lot of people aren't playing the Game of the Year games. Okay, there are a lot of people playing they're ball and gun gamers. Let's stop this. Like everybody plays Expedition. That shit ain't true.
That was a crazy roast by the Okami handle though. That was crazy.
Yeah, let's stop acting like. Don't get me wrong. I played Astrobot. I played Xbox. We play all this stuff, but most people do not.
Yeah, they're not tapped in they're not cursed like us.
Cursed. Yeah, that's true.
Astrobot, not even close. Most people casual. They don't even know what the hell that is. They didn't play that shit.
ICP03. I think says Pro the 8 terabyte NVMe for PS5 is $2,000. No PS6 for a while. The 8 terabyte has always been expensive. $2,000 is insanity. So here's the thing: people didn't realize, and then they just now I saw this pop up because I did a video where I quickly went through how expensive 1 terabyte NVMe's are. They were $80 months ago. They're like $150 now. So 2 terabytes in the 300 range almost, and you see 8 terabyte. I'd say it's definitely like obviously more than 1,000, but 2,000 wouldn't shock me now. So SSD, solid state storage, has been going up. RAM is going up. GPUs are becoming more scarce. The market to me is saying probably don't make a new console that's going to use all of that, So yeah. But hey, we'll see what Sony wants to do. All right. I think I got everybody's questions there. Shout out to the community over on the Spawncast Network for submitting some questions. Always appreciate that. And let me go around here as we finish up. Radic, where can everyone find you? What you got coming up?
I'm at Real Radic on Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. I'm mainly on Twitter, but I have 2 videos in the works. One I already talked about, PS3 exclusive content. The other one, I just want to like discuss the state of PlayStation Plus Premium because I feel like I've been annoying about that recently, especially about that one game a month. I'm still like, come on, guys, like, what are you doing? But yeah, I'm at Real Radic, and that's pretty much it.
I want to give a shout out to Lazarus Benson. I saw here over in Street Labs. They mentioned just dropping by to say keep up the awesome work. I don't get to see the podcast live too much, but always watch it later. Shout out to Lazarus Benson. And everyone you're about to hear from right now, they are linked down below in the description as well. So make sure you check out their channels, everything they have going on. Celia.
Hi. So you can find me on Game and Talk. I do a podcast with Sean and sometimes Josie and maybe sometimes Nate. If he comes back eventually. Will it be this year? We'll find out on the next
Josie's
episode.
Looking for Nate.
I know, dude. They're both okay. Well, Josie's had a series of unlucky situations, and she's just been not feeling well. I think she's feeling better, so maybe she'll be back soon. I miss her. It's really fun on the podcast with her. So we do that. I will be streaming tomorrow. I need to figure out what time because my sister's visiting in town. So I want to see her. So we're going to hang out. It'll be real fun. Besides that, you can find me on Twitter. I'm Celia B with 3 E's, and I'm on Instagram. I'm at Kosher Gamer.
Keep an eye out for Celia. She'll probably end up streaming that Banjo PC port.
Yeah, I'm so excited. Oh my God.
What about OJ?
Yeah, you can find me right here on YouTube, Player Essence, also Twitter or X on Player Essence. Got some cool RPG and Nintendo videos, like always. Got some giveaways that we're always doing. So go subscribe to the channel. Have a chance to win a Switch 2, eShop cards, all that good stuff. And yeah, I stream pretty much daily. So if you want to watch my streams, we talk and rant about all sorts of stupid shit. And yeah, that's about it. Yeah, check it out. RPG and Nintendo stuff. So there you go.
Good stuff. What about Evan?
You can find me on YouTube, Twitch, socials, anywhere really. Kimmerix Project. We're still working on some painting projects. We're going to try to get hopefully some videos starting to spool up this year. It'd be nice. And yeah, just hang out, chat, talk, whatever. Streams and all that. It's fun.
Good stuff. Thanks everyone for joining us. If you're in the half the US that's getting hit by the winter storm, good luck. Hope you don't lose power. Hope everyone stays warm. Don't get too much snow. And we'll see you guys next Saturday night, 9 p.m. Eastern time.